Griffin.
I know, and it can spring up in the weirdest of places.
And make no mistake, this is the weirdest of
The
places.
literal weirdest place on the planet. I mean, maybe it's just two lonely souls, because that's all that's on Omegle, and maybe they just found each other and just connected on some deep spiritual level. And if that's the case, then you don't need to be worried about whether or not it's a dude.
But here's my counter argument to that.
Okay.
There is no possible way, like in my opinion, that you are meeting the honest to goodness person that they are on Omegle. Like,
why not?
Because there's no way they go on and go, and I snore, and I also, like, there's no way, because nobody does that. So
Well, nobody does that anyway in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, but you get to know the person, and, like, you know, it's not like I met you, I've never seen your face, I've never spoken to you about anything that's, you know, real, and I love you. That's not how that works.
I don't think that he's not saying let's get hitched. He's saying, should I pursue? Okay. Here's what we do. We're gonna ratchet this up in ways that increase the real world intimacy of this relationship. First, you're gonna call on the phone.
Nice.
Okay, that's what we're doing. We're calling on the phone if we're pursuing this. 2, we are chatting on Skype.
Nice.
And making sure no one's doing any ventriloquist nonsense. We got to see the real Omegle freak right there and make sure that it is an acceptable situation.
So you don't want to fall victim, you don't want to fall prey to a truth about cats and dogs style dupe.
Yep.
You want to know that the
no.
correct voice is coming out of the correct lady.
Right. I don't want a Janine Garofalo, Uma Thurman swapperoonie, okay? I want the real
Nice
Ash.
try, Janine.
Nice try, Janine.
And I think another...
At the time. And consequently, I've never really dated or hooked.
The McElroy brothers are not experts.
This is My Brother and Me. It's an advice show for the modern era. We record at Fireside every week, whether or not you know that. My name is Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
Put another log on there. It's a toasty show. Ooh.
It's funny to me that you should mention, you know, depending on your location, because just this year I realized that just because it's snowing here doesn't mean it's snowing everywhere in the world. Like,
That's
I really...
interesting, Travis. You acquired that information via telepathy.
Yeah.
Right. Mind freaked.
You can't
mind freaked her.
You can't drop a mind freak reference and then not.
Well,
expect,
it's because she did not choose to give you that information.
You
like,
pried
she
it
didn't
from her
make
mind
the
using
choice.
mental power.
The McElroy brothers are not experts.
Me, an advice show for the modern era. I'm your oldest brother, Justin McElroy, they call him.
Ooh, I'm your middlest brother and apparently cool radio talk show host Travis McElroy.
Around these parts, when the moon is at full on the big bridge, you can see Griffin McElroy is what they named him after the deaths.
So it's still like I'm in a Halloween zone, but I think this episode is post-Halloween. And
Yeah,
people-
like
Okay, but you
long
know what?
after. There's like the 4th.
No, but here we got an extension because they moved Halloween in Huntington and Cabell County. We're going to have some inclement weather.
Oh, so they just up and moved it.
They just moved the whole damn holiday.
You can't do that.
You can't.
Here's
do
the
that.
wild thing. You can. And it's challenging, right? Because what has happened here basically is that the mayor has said there's a different holiday, there's a different day where everyone can go to a neighbor's house and ask for candy and not be killed for it, but in fact be rewarded with candy. I'm just going to pick a day where that is the way things are happening, and we're just all going to agree on that, and it's my decision.
But that
as the
allows us to
mayor.
peer through the veil of how, like, flimsy this whole setup already is.
Yeah.
That we have arbitrarily said it's the 31st of October every year, and we've all bought into that, and that's fine. And we treat that like that's real because we've all agreed to it. So if you just say, like, now it's the 2nd, that's a problem for me because it's undoing everything.
So could it be like if on Christmas Day, big sinkhole opens up, swallows up all of Disney World, all of it,
Okay.
goes right into the big hole.
Okay, I'm going to need a second. Okay.
Yeah. Don't imagine it too hard, Justin. Your imagination's very vivid, and this is literally the worst imaginable thing that could happen for you in your life now today.
Okay.
Could the president then be like, we're going to do, no one's really feeling it. today. We're gonna do Christmas later. Disney World got ate up by the continent, so we're gonna do. We will do Christmas. We're thinking. I talked to some people. January 10th seems good.
Yep.
You're saying could this president? Because it would seem events of the past couple of years would seem to indicate he could do whatever the fuck he wants.
Here's all I'm saying. After daylight savings time begins this past weekend, I guess. Ends. Okay. Once that shit ends, that's when my anxiety is like, let's party, bud. Time to ride. Mount up, regulators. And then I think I'm much more spookable. I'm saying we swap Christmas Day and Halloween Day. Do you know what I mean?
You're jumpy at that point. You're more jumpy.
I'm jumpier. You can get me better on 12/25. 10/31, I'm strong. I'm powerful. I have cider energy. I have hayride energy. And I'm ready to celebrate the birth of the Christ child and give presents to all my good friends and some to my haters, but open it up. It's fake Dookie.
It would. Okay, I want to
If it's
hit you
fake
with something.
Dookie, though, Griffin, I would point out they could reuse that. So it is kind
Fair,
of a present.
fair.
Yeah.
There's a lot of presents that you can get at Christmas that aren't fun at Christmas time.
Yeah.
That like
most of them.
There's very few. The only things that are like
a
that
kite.
are the inverse of that are like a sled, right? Like it's just a sled.
The sled is like, just wait a little bit, you know?
Well, if you wait a little bit, that's kind of undermining
It
my
undermines
whole
your
thing.
whole thing.
So,
But let me say-
don't.
In
But let me say this: if it was a time,
What about in
Okay.
Australia, boys? We're an international show.
Shit,
Down
you're
there in
right.
Australia,
You're
Santa
right.
Claus is
Shit, you're
surfing
right.
in. He's riding a surfboard and delivering presents to the kids.
He's burrowing in.
this is why you need a holiday that can start whenever you want to, and can celebrate anything you want it to, but is kind of usually around.
The McElroy brothers are not experts.
Nope.
Emerging once again.
We did that one.
I listen. You may be willing to forget about them that quickly. I'm not going to forget about our Chilean brothers that emerged from the ground like that.
How do we know there's not some more down there? Have we looked?
Like a Chilean miner, a forgotten Chilean miner emerging a week after everyone else has left from the ground. This is my brother and me emerging from the depths of ignorance to deliver week-old wisdom straight to your dome.
Do you think, like, 6 weeks after the celebration, someone looked around and said, "Have you guys seen Sleepy Tim?"
Where's Sleepy Tim? Shit. Now he's skinny Tim.
Lonely Tim.
Lonely skinny Tim. Oh, miners.
Tim is actually a very common name in Chile. You guys may not know that.
Not Chile. It's not. They weren't lost in a mine inside one of the members of TLC.
No, they were lost in a Chili's restaurant. They needed to be excavated from. Which I mean, I can't blame them. Of all the places to get stuck in the ground for 3 months, I mean, their chicken strips are really out of this world.
Guys, I don't care how awesome this blossom is. I'm gonna fucking flip if I don't get out of here soon. Wait. Awesome Blossom is Outback. What does Chili's have? They have a version that is equitable to the Awesome Blossom. Anyway,
The mediocre blossom.
as you've certainly gathered, this is an advice show for the
Clearly.
I am your host and co-brother, Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
And we are going to get right into the wisdom, the growth, as it were. I can't tell if this is going to be a good one or a bad one, but let's find out together. One of my friends that I have known for years has a serious problem about washing his hands too much. He washes them every 30 minutes, and as it gets colder outside, his hands start to crack and bleed because they are dry. What should I do to get him to stop being a freak? Kevin from Gmail. Kevin, your friend isn't like, he's not like kooky.
What a crazy guy.
He's got Mark Summers-itis.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's got the Summers.
He's got the
It
double
seems-
dare.
It seems kind of counterintuitive to me, right? Like, I wash my hands because they're dirty, but I wash them too much, so now they have blood all over them, which is like the dirtiest substance known to man.
And as we all know, you can wash all you want, that blood's not coming off.
Nope.
Never ever.
Nope. The blood stays.
Maybe you need to invest in some gloves. Just simple.
The thing that worked for Mark Summers is something called immersion therapy, where to get over the fact that you're really worried about getting dirty, they make you climb around in giant waffles covered in fake butter. And that seemed to fix him pretty good.
So all you have to do is go to Nickelodeon. Or what's Nickelodeon's parent company? Because I know Nickelodeon
Viacom.
Studios is like shut
Go to
down. You got to go to Viacom. I can show you where their office is in New York. You just go there and you try and get him arrange a 90s style game show with your friend as the host.
Yeah. Or, Kevin, you could realize that your friend has something called obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's probably not going to be fixed with a pat on the back and a couple of concerned looks.
In fact, don't pat him on the back. I don't think that'll help.
Yeah.
I think that actually hurts the situation.
He has to wash his back. You can't hurt the situation. Look at those muscles. That guy's diesel.
I think what you need to do is, if you realize it's been a little over 30 minutes, look at him and go, whoa, it's been 30 minutes. Better wash your hands or puppies
Yeah.
are going to die.
Help keep him on schedule. That's all you can do is try to facilitate.
Or just ridicule him endlessly. That's the only way that
Yeah.
friends can really get friends to do other things.
I know a lot. There are probably some people clucking their tongues out there and saying, hey, that's a serious... Listen, life's hard. The fact that the guy washes his hands every half hour, it's not exactly debilitating. Okay,
Look at Howard Hughes.
Look at Howard Hughes. Okay, he managed to still build the spruce goose.
Yeah, but I mean, think of all the life experiences that he's going to miss out on now. Like, he'll never be able to hold his newborn baby for longer than 30 minutes at a time. Which is,
all his
things really, when you're holding a baby, things start to get really good around minute 40.
That's true. The connection is really real there. All his fingerprints will look like rushed bullshit. I see what you're going for here, but you really could have needed to percolate a little bit more. Dear brothers, my girlfriend says I play WoW too much. I've lived with my girlfriend for 8 years and started playing WoW a year ago. I play a few hours a day, but she wants me to stop. So I haven't been on the dating scene for 10 years. Any advice? Whoa. Whoa. What kind of bizarre either or have you entered into here from Spring?
Yeah, my advice is to...
What's WoW?
Sometimes when I'm faced with decisions like this very difficult decision this man is clearly facing, I like to pretend that I've traveled back in time from a few years in the future where I'm so cripplingly sad because of the decision I made, and that by traveling back in time, I can manage to stop myself from doing that terrible thing. Which is a long, long way of saying don't do what you're thinking about doing.
You're talking about like present time travel, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about hypothetical future to present time travel.
Okay, yeah. I like that idea. I think it probably before it is going to catch on, you're going to need a catchier name for it. I'd suggest immersion therapy. But but I do like the premise here. Remember, Form Spring, someday you are going to die. And when you die, you are not going to say to yourself, gosh, I wish I had played WoW more. You might, however, say, I wish I hadn't dumped my girlfriend of 8 years to play WoW more, which is maybe the same principle as Griffin's, but I like to keep the taste of death in everybody's mouth at every moment. I think if you're thinking about your death, your eventual death, you're always going to make the best decision.
You need to live like you're dying and then die like you're dying.
Yes.
What is that piquant? What is that? That mild? Is that
It's got kind of a butternut.
A
Deathy.
a definite deathy kind of feel to it.
I'm getting a note of grave.
Yeah. Can I suggest proposing to your girlfriend of 8 years? Get off.
In WoW.
Yeah.
No.
This can only go well. Don't listen to Griffin.
Come here and look at the screen for a second. I know you don't play.
I buy you a purple ring.
It's amethyst. It's in the game.
I changed the name of my guild to I Love You, Susan. Be mine.
Oh, Susan. My friend Tim and his girlfriend have a problem. They never stop making out and groping each other in front of the rest of us. I'm going to go ahead and submit that you're the one with the problem, but let's go on. How do I go about stopping this? At points, it's downright annoying. Also, talking to them about it and telling them how we feel does nothing. I need something a little more drastic. Thoughts, Carlo?
Carlo, no.
Carlo, you do realize that you're trying to stand in the way of the most powerful force in the universe.
Making
Right?
out.
Making out.
A boner?
Boners. Yeah. You're trying to stop a man and a woman who I'm guessing from your description are under the age of 17. You're trying to get them to stop groping in public. What, do you think you're going to reinvent the wheel? Come on, Carlo.
And
It's a fool's
and,
game. It's a fool's game.
And does it say in public? Okay, it is. So they are doing it in public. For some people, watching that happen, that's all they got.
Yeah.
That's all they have. Like,
Yeah.
some people, and I'm not gonna go to malls and just like to just see people, just
see
express
people in
themselves.
love.
just express their
Groping
love
each other.
in a physical manner. And
In public.
yeah, in public places like outside the Gap. Some people need some people need that.
Some people need it. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, there is something wrong with it. It's
There's something a little wrong with it, but I don't want to judge you. You're my brother, for Christ's sake. I mean, not you, of course. We're not talking about you.
But hypothetical people.
Hypothetical, Griffin. Some of
hypothetical
us,
future present Griffin.
some of us are coming up on 30 and like to be reminded of what it's like to feel. And maybe, Carlo, you shouldn't get in the way of that. Maybe.
I suggest just every time you see it, yelling, ew!
That's
really
good.
loud.
That's good. And then go back in time, go to Nickelodeon Studios, get a container of gack, and then when they start making
slime
out,
'em.
just slime them. What's up? What's this all over me? You've been slimed.
Maybe
Next
just
time you see them making out, just yell, I got next.
You can't do that on television, but you can do it in my dorm room. Slimed. What's up?
just fire some koosh balls at him.
All of a sudden, they're on the Rosie O'Donnell show. Criminally.
No, but really, you shouldn't do anything because
they'll
there's
grow.
nothing you can do.
They'll hate each other soon enough.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get in the way of that. I have this guy friend who, to me, is totally awesome. That's in all caps. I don't think I can do it justice, but trust me. He's great. Funny. Chilly. Left eye.
Nope.
T-Boz. All that.
Nope.
Those aren't in there. He's chill. All that. The only problem is that to people that he isn't friends with, he's just a total jerk. Just the worst. He's rude and downright unpleasant to be around. He's never violent or anything like that, but still. Even though he's perfectly fine when he's hanging with me, I find that a lot of friends kind of look down on me for hanging around him because of this. What should I do? Thanks. Devil's Advocate, Gmail.
I like it.
So, is it like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing? Or is it just that you like his bad attitude and your friends don't?
No, I think it's one of those scenarios where once he gets surrounded by too many people, he transforms into a monster.
I mean, you gotta, I think the thing to remember is that it stems from a place of some people, when I'm around a bunch of people I don't know very well, I tend to kind of clam up a little bit. I get a little social phobic, and his is probably just manifesting in a different way. In this case, he gets on the, he gets on the offensive. Mm-hmm. Is what it sounds like to me. I think the trick is to try exposing him to one friend at a time, until he gets comfortable with both of you, and then eventually you do that enough times.
You gotta find that magic number so that if like you're hanging out with 3 friends and you bring in a 4th and he's still cool, and then you bring in a 5th and he's like, "Grr, Jews," and you're like, "No, okay, not 5,
none of that.
4 or
No.
under."
Right now, you're attempting what's called immersion therapy. I don't think it's working. It's not for everyone. It worked for Mark Summers, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for Jerko over here. Don't you guys think one friend at a time until he's like more comfortable with the group? I think that's the only way you can go. Or like, is this guy worth it? Like, he doesn't sound very cool.
He's totally awesome.
He's totally awesome. You don't know him like he knows him. Here's another suggestion. If you're hanging out with friends, and you want it to just look like it's you and him, then hide your friends around the room
I love
that you
it.
two are hanging out in.
Like they talk to you, and he's like, "What was that?" And you're like, "I didn't hear anything."
I didn't hear.
Don't worry about
I don't
it.
know what you're talking about. That.
But
that
yes,
came-
Greg, I would like to go to the mall tomorrow.
And then once he's been awesome for a while, your friends can jump out and be like, that behavior is the kind of behavior you should exhibit around us.
But he's scared. And he's like, "Fuck you! I'm out.
I don't trust people.
How could you do this to me, Richard?
Uh,
Your guts."
Here's a Yahoo Answers question, and it was sent in by Hybrid Misfit. Thank you, Hybrid Misfit. It's from Yahoo Answers user Sicknick, who asks, "How can I make my rapping better?" He has a very unique problem, though. He says, "When I rap, I get a lot of saliva in my mouth, and I don't sound too good when it happens. How can I change that? And can you give me other suggestions?" Well, I mean, let's not put the cart before the horse. You need to handle your saliva situation first and foremost.
Right.
I think you should maybe just incorporate it into your act.
Well, yeah. Well, that's been a popular strategy. You ever wonder where Big Daddy Brawny came from? Why people call him that is because he raps with a giant wad of paper towels in his mouth.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
DJ Mumbles.
DJ
And
Mumbles,
his mouthful of cotton balls.
cotton balls. Yeah.
DJ, how about just DJ Cud?
DJ Cud,
Kid Cud.
Kid Cudi.
That's how he got his name.
That's how he got his name. Exactly. You might remember MC Silica Gel is actually died because you're not supposed to put silica gel in your mouth, but you get the idea. I mean, it went young, but God, those rhymes.
So,
Well, you have to-
so dry.
It's hard to corner the rap market nowadays because
You might remember MC Silica Gel is actually died because you're not supposed to put silica gel in your mouth, but you get the
Dry.
it's hard to corner the rap market nowadays because you have to have something new.
Whoa.
For instance, I think Kanye West does it just with really rhymes and catchy beats. And being crazy, and Soldier Boy does it by being really super untalented, which is in and of itself kind of unique. So I think what you can do is just have a lot of spit in your mouth while you're rapping.
Yeah.
Like
Whoa.
to the
DJ
point-
Drooly.
DJ Drooly, there's something along those lines. Jaw Drool.
Jaw Drool. And all your lyrics could be about it too, like when I spit rhymes, you'll really get wet, something like that.
Oh my God, this is
You will get wet. You may get soaked.
The name's Kid Slimy, don't you never forget, something like that.
Can you give me 4 more lines?
Let me see what I got in here. When I'm done with you kids, you're gonna need a towel. I'm gonna open your eyes. I'm gonna empty your bowels. Is that 2 lines?
That's 2 lines.
That's two lines. When I'm on the MIC, things will never be dry.
Oh, come on. You can do this.
You've almost got it.
Justin.
I'm gonna dampen your shirt and spit in your eye.
Yes.
Ah, there it is.
Okay. Whew. Form Spring says, okay. All right. My older brother is balding. He tries to hide it with hats, hoodies, bonnets, etc. Unfortunately, he cannot rock a hat, and is wearing a hoodie indoors makes him look like a rapist. How do we get him to get right with his MPB? Form Spring.
I don't know what that...
Male
I don't
Male pattern baldness.
Okay.
I think just to clarify, last week I think we covered no one can rock a hat.
No,
one
you
rocks a
can
hat.
you can wear a hat, and sometimes you can't even do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just barely wearing a hat.
You need to explain to your brother that we are in a time period now where bald people are awesome.
Yeah, it's the most socially acceptable bald has ever been, I think.
I agree. I think he needs to just shave it and call it a day.
Is that because of Moby? You think?
Yeah.
because of Moby mainly.
I think Moby is really the one that turned it around because, I mean, it was cool to be bald in like 55, but Moby was like, nah, dog, I'm 22, and now I have a bald head.
I remember in that interview where Bruce Willis was like, thank God for Moby. Thanks for making it all okay.
The thing is, the step one to getting your sexy right is always acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
You got to accept who you are. Wearing a hat and hoodie and bonnet, hopefully not really a bonnet, but wearing that kind of stuff, that says I'm ashamed of something that is utterly out of my control. That's not sexy.
You should say you're proud of it because it's something you got that most people don't.
Shave your eyebrows and then walk around just saying "fuck you," just like that to people, and then point at them like, "What's up with these?"
But then grow a huge beard.
A huge beard.
And break your own nose so that it's just slightly tilted to the left.
Whoa, I like this.
Yeah, this is a look. We're doing like a Wooly Willy thing here.
You're welcome. This is a lot more than you paid for, my friend.
Gauge one of your ears really big.
Yeah.
And shrink the other one.
Shrink one ear entirely.
I guarantee you, if you do that, no one will notice you are bald. Guaranteed. But I think, in short, shave it. Just shave it and get done with it.
One of the funniest guys I know outside of my family, Brental Floss, made that decision, like, just shaved his head. So much cooler now. Great looking guy. Very funny. Popular with the ladies. It's a look. It's a look that you need to, convince your brother. Now, how do you convince your brother to do it? You do it while he's sleeping.
And probably try to get some facial hair. Just something down there.
You should shave his head and then glue that hair to his face.
Yeah, I like it.
I personally think that you shouldn't encourage him to go bald.
Why?
I think you guys couldn't convince me to go bald. Is the thing. I'm thinking about it from the brother's perspective. If you guys came to me and were like, "Hey, bro, you got to get rid of that hair." There's no way. There's no force on earth that could
Griffin,
force me. To
I could change your mind right now.
Okay.
If you shave your head, you could shave 3 seconds off of your lap time in the pool.
Damn it.
Griffin, I'm afraid you've misunderstood the premise of the show. See, when you try to take our advice into the real world and apply them practically to your situation, that's when the wheels really fall off. The idea with my brother and me is that we give it an answer that'll have them saying, "Hey, yeah, exactly. Why don't I just do that?" And then as soon as they try to apply it, it all collapses around them like a castle made of lies. You understand now? We got a question from Steph via Gmail. She says, "I've just recently graduated from college at Berkeley, and I packed my bags and moved away to the San Francisco Peninsula with my boyfriend for a job at Stanford. Our friends in Berkeley are too lazy to come visit us. We visit them, and we have no friends on the peninsula. How do you meet people and make friends after college, especially 20-somethings? We're both nerdy people who like video board games and comic books. Not video board games, not like the Clue VHS game.
221 Baker Street.
Nightmare. And comic books. We prefer to meet other well-adjusted nerds. The problem with this is that most nerds I've met are single men and are awkward and uninterested when we approach them as a couple, but try to ask me out when I don't have my boyfriend around.
Blech.
This happened recently. Yeah, gross. When I went to a local board game shop and asked if they had a game night. We don't need to meet nerds, but we also want to have some stuff in common with our future fantastic friends. That is a tough question.
Yep.
It's like a treatise of everything that's wrong with the nerd culture right now.
Yeah,
it's a nice summation of everything that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's any indication, the questions that we get, apparently all nerdy people are nervous about talking to all other nerdy people.
yeah. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, I've got it. You don't you need to realize that nerdy couples are still made of two nerdy people. They're going to feel just as uncomfortable as they did in the mating. You are in another mating process here. This is a mating negotiation. Even that doesn't end with conception. It ends with
Inception.
inception and going to see it together. It ends with, sitting around a table and playing some Last Night on Earth, something nerdy.
The fact of the matter is that making friends, meeting new people that will then become like friends, and not like acquaintances, but straight up friends, is more difficult than meeting members of the opposite sex.
I think it's also more difficult than once you're in a couple, because I think when you're solo, you can sort of make those negotiations a lot easier. You can pretend to be somebody you're not when you're flying by yourself. But when you're in a couple, it's sort of like that person's going to know what's up. And, they've got to like the situation you're in, too.
Mm-hmm. That's intimidating. I mean, if you're looking for people to meet at a bar, you don't go to the couple that's sitting by themselves at a table like, hey, guys, what's up? Oh, you having the buffalo wings, huh? Let me just snack.
Well, I stand by that. As far as meeting friends, you always do good. Meeting people at work, meeting people, at hobbies that you're both doing. Like if you guys join a pottery class or go to a coffee shop or something like that, anything like that where it's not just random strangers, but people you know. But that doesn't always mean you're going to meet the best people. Because you're limited to the people that are in that group, but it's people that you know.
You at work put up a flyer on campus that says, "Hey, does anybody want to play some board games or something together for couples only? Couple nerd night," and then
maybe not make it sound so sad though.
Yeah, that's an
less sad.
That's an awfully tight filter to put on that. I think maybe just a flyer with your personal phone number and the message, "Who wants to party?" It might be
Couple looking to share fun with another couple.
Yeah, something like that. Like something very open and honest and
looking for open couple to share with other open couple.
That's good because you want open honesty.
in big block
An
letters.
adventure.
Couple looking for other couple for a foursome, but then in much smaller letters for Scrabble.
Maybe and you want to go back and forth between a few different games, so make sure that they're willing to swing. You want to say that in the flyer, like looking for couple, open-minded couple, willing to swing.
And maybe you can play that hot new board game from Mattel, Key Party.
Yeah. Down for a key party? Maybe a convention would be good. Some sort, go to Comic-Con or something and look for women dressed as superheroes, because they didn't do that on their own. That's just science. Seth, I'm sorry that we don't have more practical help for you here.
I mean, Jesus, if I knew this, then We need to listen to another podcast, like my brother and me, where
And my
we're-
super well-adjusted uncle, who's way cool.
And the only thing they
Unpopular
do on
Uncle
that
Jimmy.
show, is give us advice, and they could tell me how to do this because I'm right there in the same boat. Except
I'm
without
starting to
a
realize
significant
that everyone's kind of just floating through this void of nobody knows how to talk to anybody else. Like,
True.
we just get so many questions about how do I start conversations? How do I meet people? We are not solitary beings, and people that feel solitary is because they are the most afraid.
Unless
And they
you're
are
on the reality show Solitary, and then you're totes alone.
Agreed.
You might try. I know this seems like counterintuitive considering what we just talked about, but you might try Facebook. There's got to be some like San Francisco gaming groups on Facebook. Maybe go there and say, hey, we're looking for couples to hang out with.
The trick is
the area
for couples. The trick is to just find that one couple
Yep.
that you can be cool with, and then they know 8 or 9 other couples, especially if they've lived on the San Francisco Peninsula for a while.
Hey, Bam Bam, I'm always hungry. There literally isn't a time when I couldn't eat. I'm not a fat guy, but I fear I may become one. What should I do? Keep up the amazing work, especially the deep voice guy who isn't Justin or Griffin. I like him. Harrison, Gmail.
I like you too, Harrison.
Harrison, I do want to clarify for you, that is how people become fat guys. So that's not like a fear, like something ephemeral that may, like, no, you will, that will happen.
I'm afraid of ghosts, and also that I'll get fat if I eat too much food.
One of
That's
those,
not a fear.
yeah.
I know that I feel the same way. I as we have discussed previously, I could literally always eat something at any point in the day. But really, that is because a lot of the time I'm just massively bored. And usually boredom leads to hunger. So maybe try a
Hunger leads to
Sudoku
fear.
instead of a sandwich. Get a Game Boy. All
And
of
eat.
these things help.
Oh my God, Harrison, you have a tapeworm. Harrison, you have a tapeworm. You have to go to the doctor.
But wait, if he has a tapeworm, then he won't get fat, right? Because the tapeworm will
he's
eat
safe.
all the food for him.
But the tapeworm will eat all the food before he can digest it and use its energy. And he'll eat all the good food, too.
What if he's pregnant?
Oh my God, Harrison.
With a tapeworm.
You're pregnant with a tapeworm baby.
You got a tapeworm,
Congratulations.
baby. Oh, God.
I shall name him Philip. He is my tapeworm baby, and I love him. It's just like that movie Junior. Except he is a tapeworm. And Noah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is always hungry. So it's just like the movie Junior, except for the tapeworm bit.
I went
What
to the
is-
Sears baby department, and they had no clothes that would fit my tapeworm baby.
I ended up with a pantyhose for super skinny ladies. That's what I had to walk out of there with. Can you imagine the look on Philip's face when I hand him that? I sewed a little ducky onto it, but I still don't think it's going to fly. But I love him, and he is my child, and he is going to go to college.
And I'm planning a play date with my neighbor's monkey baby.
Harrison,
Harrison.
don't eat anymore. Just pump the brakes. Like, find something to do that takes up hours of the day that you...
The fact that you are not a fat guy yet does not make you special. Like, yeah, fat people feel that way too. That's why they're fat. Like, it's not like, what, how could this happen? Like, this is how it happens. You start out this way, and then you eat so much that you turn fat.
When you're fat, you can go back and you can chart out a history of double downs that made you what you are now.
Listen, Harrison, just pump the brakes. Listen to my brother Griffin. Just slow it down. If you want to eat something, like
Don't.
lots of people
Just
think
don't.
that way. It could be that the food you're eating is too good. Did you try eating healthy food? Because if you only have healthy food in the house, then you won't want to eat as much because it doesn't taste very good.
Or just get moderately poor.
Yeah.
To the point where you can't really afford a lot of food.
Oh, that's good. I like that. But then you'll start eating out of the garbage.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like a giant raccoon.
The tapeworm will wrap around it. Philip will wrap around his brain and make him go to the garbage and start eating out of it. I'm starving.
I have a Yahoo answer that it kind of goes against one of our core tenets here at My Brother, and Me, but I feel like it's going to open up a really interesting dialogue between the three of us, so I think it might be worth the infraction against our own rules.
Okay.
But if I read the title and you guys don't want to go ahead with it, like, I'll totally understand. It won't hurt my feelings at all. It was sent in by listener Benjamin Carl, the man so nice they named him twice. And the question itself was crafted by Floyd Brewer, who asks, I am trying to get my son trained to defecate in a bag instead of a toilet or diaper. Any suggestions or tips? My wife and I are very environment conscious and have been thinking of ways to teach this to our 3-year-old son. He isn't potty trained yet, and we don't really want him formally trained to use a toilet, which we believe wastes water and drains resources. My wife and I started going in bags about 2 years ago.
No, you did it!
And we use the excrement blended with other materials to fertilize our garden, and also sell it to friends for extra spending money. But we have had problems. But we have had problems getting him to squat and be patient enough to go. How can we encourage him? Prizes? Punishment? What has worked for you?
Go in the bag, damn it.
You
Go
shit
in
in
the
that bag? Or so help me?
Derek, so help me if you don't shit in that bag.
Derek, you shit in that bag or you are grounded.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, weirdo, but what punishment are you going to levy against this child that even approaches the social punishment of going to school the first day and asking the teacher where you can go shit in the bag?
Excuse me, where's the shit bag room?
He totally preempted that because in the additional details, he says he won't need a bag to be packed into his backpack because he will be homeschooled. Again, he doesn't have to worry about being made fun of because he will be homeschooled. Bitch, listen. It does school. That's one part of that kid's life. How about mall? How about next time he goes to the mall and he's at the arcade and he feels a deuce coming and he has to bag
Where's
it
your
right
bag
there?
dispenser?
Where's your
Also,
bag dispenser?
What about the first time he goes to the produce department at the grocery store and gets confused as fuck?
hey, where's the human shit? And who made it? Is that like an in-house thing that you guys provide? Is that a service?
There's one nugget, pardon the pun, of this
Jesus.
question that sticks in my head, and that is selling
Pardon the
it,
pun. Sticks in my hair. What?
selling it to their friends for extra spending money. Who the fuck are your friends?
Is there a jar somewhere that they just slide their extra change into that they got from selling their human shit to their very real friends? And then when that jar gets full, they go to Disney World? This is human poop we're talking about.
If you really want to help your child, here's how you do it. You put the child on the porch, you scatter your fecal matter around your home, and you burn it down with you inside it. There is literally no way that child could be better off than you and your wife doing the right thing here and burning your house down with you inside it. It is the only choice you have.
I don't know that this is true, but I have to imagine that Child Protective Services goes through the internet looking for things exactly like this.
Nah.
Have to, right?
Nah, this is cool. I mean, it's pretty much a science project, if you think about it. Nah, it's that green movement. Child Protective Services isn't going to do shit about this.
More like a brown movement.
Yeah. You monster. Hey, it looks like you're just cupping your child's naked bottom with your hands. No, it's cool. I have a bag.
There's a
on
bag
it,
here.
and I'm trying to get it to poop in the bag.
The little bastard just won't do it. Thinks he's too good for pooping in a bag.
Punishment?
Punishment? What punishment? You gonna rub his nose in it? Fuck.
Did you just hear a flush? Derek?
Derek, did you bring a toilet into this house? It is such a fine line. Children cannot be the defining line between crazy person and unconventional parent. You can't just cross the line because you had a kid. You can't just be like, no, now I'm normal. I just want to teach my child different things. You're still a crazy person. You're still insane. It's 2010, dog. It's 2010.
And it worries me that there's another person in this world. There is more than one person. There are two people, and they found each other that find it okay to poop in a bag.
Hey, if you're worried about finding your special somebody, it'll never happen. Look at these two fuck-ups.
Do you think it's okay for them to make pee in a toilet? To make water?
No, they go to the garden.
That can't be good for the plants.
It's terrible for the plants. What do they care?
I need to find out what state these people live in and never buy any produce that came from that state, because maybe that's how shit rolls in Montana. Like maybe that's a common thing there.
Why? Literally.
This question is indicative of my terrible fear that there are giant parts of the country that I know nothing about where things like this happen.
Where there's just
on the
poop
reg.
everywhere.
Did you thank you for coming to the farmer's market. Did you want to buy some of my plums? They're really dope. I fertilized them with my friend's fecal matter. Mm-hmm. They're currently training their kid to
Not
poop
just
in a
my
bag.
friend, it's my friend's son's fecal matter, and it gives the eggplants here. They're so firm. They're so firm.
So firm. The skin is so tight.
I'm so disgusted right now.
What could be like? You gotta. People like this gotta pull the camera back. You're worried about the planet. Cool. Why? Well, we're going to have kids on this planet someday, and we want to take care of it for them. Cool. Did you know your kid doesn't care if it's 7 degrees hotter in July because they're experiencing that heat while pooping in a bag?
Isn't the whole point of it to make the world a better place for your kid?
You are actively...
This
Do
is
that by inventing toilets.
Categorically a worse place because of your son.
Yeah.
Because you have a son that's pooping in a container that's not a toilet.
Forget about the world for him. Like, I don't care about this kid anymore. He's dead to me. I like it. Nothing's coming good out of this. But here's a new game I want to start playing on My Brother, Me, and it's called Things You Never Hear the President Say. And number one on my list is, yeah, my parents trained me to poop in a bag, but I basically
They did it
still
through a
poop in
punishment
bag.
regimen. It was strict but fair.
Yeah,
I don't want to know what that entails.
yeah. The idea of this is still is gonna haunt me. I think because I think the world is different now for me a little bit. Because there are people like this. This is not a guy who's fucking with us. Like, this is a real guy in the world.
Somewhere there's a couple that made eye contact one night and said, you know, honey, I've been thinking about it and the decision is made. It's time for us to start pooping in bags.
Mm-hmm. How do you bring that up with your loved one? Like, do you see them going to the toilet one day and just go,
There's a better way.
You know, I've been thinking.
Wait a minute, honey.
We're wasting a lot of water here.
Follow
Maybe
me.
let's just
follow me.
Maybe just bag it, because that doesn't waste any resources. That's a
Oh,
natural.
thank God
if you
you
didn't
said
want to
that.
if you didn't want to waste resources, you would just go shit directly on your crops. Just go shit directly out on your flower bed.
Instead of doing what you're doing right now, which is shitting directly on your kid.
Honey, I have one question for you. Paper or plastic?
Delicious.
let's
Hey,
let's end.
I'm going to stick with burn your house down with you inside it. But not the kid. It's not the kid's fault. Except if he does it. If he does this crazy thing you're telling him to do, then he's not made of strong enough stock to survive in this world we live in.
Although
right
he
now.
will be the best hobo. He will be the most conscientious hobo.
He'll
ever.
be like the MacGyver of hobos. Like Toothless Jim will be like, Derek, I thought you said you had to use the bathroom. He's like, I totally did.
I did
You
see that
turned your
Wendy's
back-
bag. Don't go to that.
Don't go to that bag.
Not that bag, or that bag, or that bag, or that. Because I only do that in bags. That's kind of my thing. That's why they call me Stink Bag Derek. Don't.
The coolest thing about this environmental sound couple, they use one industrial sized trash bag for every bowel movement. One giant plastic bag for everyone.
I'm so sad.
I don't even want to I don't even want to end the show. I just want to end my life at this point. Is that possible? Can we do that? Can we work that out?
Let's suffer through it.
Okay. I want to hear Griffin's last question. I don't really, but I'm going to say that I want to hear Griffin's last question. So because that's what I say before I tell you about mbmbam.com. That is our website that we have. It is going to be revamped. I would expect it this week.
Let's not put a timetable on it because we don't.
There's no timetable. Hopefully very soon. And trust me when I say, you guys have both seen it now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
bomb. It's bomb,
dope.
right?
It's absolutely fresh.
You are going to be in love with it. So thank you guys in advance for that. We're gonna have some new gear on the store pretty soon.
Survival gear.
Survival
Things
gear.
like pickaxes, hatchets, compasses, compi. Is that
Yeah.
the plural?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you to people on the internet, on the Twitter, spreading the word. Sorry, not the world. People like Mitchie D. Our boy Mitchie D is always out there, putting it out there. We got.
I want to throw out a special shout out to Magic Whiskey on Twitter. Not only a fan of the show, but just went and saw Dracula at Cincinnati Shakespeare Company. Thank you so much for helping me convince my bosses that this whole internet thing is going to be around for a while.
A special happy birthday to Mauled by Jesus. Brooks turns 30 on the 28th, so we're not going to get to talk to him again before then. So congratulations and happy birthday on the big 3-0.
5 more years and you can run for president.
Yeah. Did you? We also got an email. We got an email this week from Molly, a listener of
Hey, hon,
Chris's
how's your day?
of Hey Hun, How's Your Day fame. She said that they love the advice and that writing into Mabimbam was the nicest thing he's ever done for her, which doesn't
Kind of
speak
sad.
God,
real
this
great.
episode is
Chris.
crushing.
It's crushingly depressing. Anyway, if you want to ask us a question, mbmbam.com is the place for that. Make sure you join our Facebook group. There's a link right there. We are up to 1,488 members. So
The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free.
Your zooms
and your eyes,
and your eyes
and your ears.
and your Winamps.
Listening is not a two-way street. It's time now for you to relax, breathe, and learn with my brother, and me. It's an advice show for the modern era. I am Justin McElroy.
I am Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy. I don't like that idea that listening isn't a two-way street. You're saying that we shouldn't be having a dialogue with our fans right now?
A dialogue is a two-way street, but listening is not. If listening were a two-way street, there'd just be a lot of quiet.
The McElroy brothers will know.
Turducket. It's my brother, and me. It's an advice show for the modern era. I am Justin McElroy here 3 days out from Thanksgiving, the giving of thanks.
I am Travis McElroy, the duck in the turducken.
I'm Griffin McElroy, the salmonella left over in the pan.
Bing bong. DJ Salmonella would be a good DJ name.
It would be.
Don't you think? So this is an advice show for the modern era, in case you're a first timer. And I know we do have some listening this very week, so know that you are in the presence of those whose eyes, ears, hearts, mouths, and throats are about to be opened to wisdom.
Ugh, I didn't like that at all.
Every
not like
orifice open to wisdom.
I like this
No
zero.
orifice
I
off
don't
limits.
think... What we're saying is we don't have enough prongs between us to fill all the orifices with wisdom.
Do not care for this one bit.
Yeah. Do you have a crevasse that is not being filled with
Can you
wisdom?
feel my
Let's
wisdom
get to
inside you?
questions. Question one.
Don't be itchy. It's just wisdom.
It's just a...
Kit writes, I recently broke up with my boyfriend, and I'm in a weird situation. We dated 4 years, and the thing is, he still wants to be friends, and I somehow do too. After breaking up, I naturally realized all of the bad qualities he had. I finally realized I'm a much better person than he is, but not being friends with him seems like it'll leave a big hole in my life. What should I do? Is this natural? Like I said, this is only my second breakup. Should I just suck it up and continue to be his friend? Says Kit. Oh, friends after the breakup. I guess it can't doesn't really happen. Here's the thing. If you try to maintain a relationship with him right now, especially right now, you're just going to fall in the same patterns. You broke up for a reason. And most of dating is spending time with each other, right? Like that. Sure. Yeah, right? So
I mean, in theory, yeah, it works out, right?
Yeah.
You spend time with people, that's how you become friends.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that you just used a phrase that's very important to this, which is you can't think of the phrase, we should stay friends. You need to become friends because you're not friends right now.
Too true. And you can't do that right away. There's the temptation. I get it. They are going to leave a hole in your life, but you got to remember that that's a boyfriend-shaped hole. It's not a him-shaped hole. We've talked about this before. You're not looking for... You don't miss the person. You miss the relationship. And you can't just have that back by being friends. It doesn't work.
And you also...
When did we ever talk about this before? Did one of us write a book called Boyfriend-Shaped Hole? Because that sounds like a national bestseller waiting to happen.
It does, right? No, I mean, we talked about how people... they don't miss the person as much as they miss the relationship.
Yeah, sure.
And you also need to be careful because being that close with him immediately afterwards can get in the way of you moving on, can get in the way of you getting over this breakup because you're seeing him all the time and still hanging out. So all these feelings are lingering. And, cut ties till you're ready to be friends. You don't suck it up. There's no rush on this.
You do definitely. Time is the most important thing. You really can't rush back into any kind of relationship with him. You got to figure out the two of you alone by yourselves and not together before you can really make any sort of dent in like a friendship type situation. And like if you're a better person than him and it's that sort of thing, then you probably don't need a friendship with him. I mean, I know that's kind of harsh, but he sucks. Yeah. He sucks, right?
There are plenty of people on this planet that you can be friends with, like us.
Like we're your new boyfriend.
Well, I don't know about all that.
I'm your new boyfriend.
Okay.
Justin McElroy, half husband, half boyfriend, all podcast. So hopefully that will be very, very helpful to you, and I hope that makes a lot of sense. Now, we got another question coming from Formspring. Formspring, do want to remind you, though, if you do use Formspring, go ahead and throw a name in there, even if it's a pseudonym.
Especially if it's a pseudonym.
Especially if it's a clever pseudonym. Aside from getting my sexy right, how can I parlay my relationship as the smartest guy in my high school into dating successes? Can't.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Gotta get rich.
Why don't you use your big brain and figure this one out by yourself there, nerdo?
Hey, boy, Dexter.
Hey, Quentin. Why don't you go ahead and use your brain juice? Why don't you go ahead and flex that gray matter and get yourself a girlfriend?
You're so smart. Nerd, figure it out. Brainiac. No, you can't though.
You can't do it though.
Can't do it that. If girls like to be into smart guys, they wouldn't call them lonely smart guys. They'd call them like baseball players or something.
Unless your school has an awesome quiz bowl team and you can take them to state.
Quiz bowl king. I love it.
That addendum was unnecessary because such a thing does not exist.
You get a quiz bowl Letterman's jacket.
I don't know. Going to see the quiz bowl just really gets me quivering in my loins.
Yeah, definitely.
Just seeing them work it, it's like Youth Jeopardy. Like rock hard.
Rock hard.
If you could do a triple crown of like quiz bowl champion, spelling bee winner, and mathlete supreme, you've got it.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Just wear that golden horseshoe around your neck.
Yep.
What's up?
Now the problem with this is, of course, you can't be attractive and be smart. Not at your age.
Especially not in high school.
Nope.
Not in high school. Now in college,
in college, you will find groups of equally intelligent people that you can mingle with, and then you're, being the leader of the pack, will allow you more leverage in that department. But in high school, that ship sailed, dog.
yeah, you are going to be, when you get to college, though, you're going to be leather elbow patch deep in vagina. But right now,
Nope.
yeah,
The only thing I can recommend right now is to try to start practicing your acerbic wit.
yeah.
And so that way, by the time you get to college, you've got it perfected.
You've already got withering barbs lined up.
That's the best way to go.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, maybe things. It's been a while since any of us have been in high school. Like maybe things, like how young people
Enrolled in high school or been in a high school, kind of lurking around.
enrolled and taking classes in high school.
Okay.
Appropriate high school age. Young people always, emulate the things that their cooler, older friends or friends of siblings do, right? So maybe like high school now is college for us, and maybe being a witty smartass is hot shit now.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is now that all of us are too old for high school, we should go back and act like we're attracted to smart guys, so that'll be a new thing.
Yep.
In high school.
That's what you're saying. We should.
I'm
go to
saying
local high
all of
schools.
us should get really intelligent 17-year-old boyfriends.
He's our new boyfriend now. Not
How-
we're his new boyfriend, and he is in turn our new boyfriend. Is that what you're saying? I'm having a hard time keeping up.
No, you're right on it. You're right
Okay,
on the
I did
money.
understand that correctly. You think
I'm
we should
saying-
start a new craze of being into smart guys?
Yep.
I'm saying keeping the smartest guy in your high school, because it's gonna pay dividends way bigger than awkward high school relationships. You're gonna go to a good college. You're gonna learn a lot, and you're gonna enrich yourself. And really, in the end, I just finished Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers. Like, you're gonna be the next Bill Gates. I can tell. Formspring,
And
you got nothing to worry about.
And I'm going to give just a last answer here. 2 words, weird science. Check it out.
There it is.
I'm not going to say anything
it
else.
out.
Just check it out.
Weird science. Check it out.
I got a Yahoo.
Break it off.
I actually have like 9 Yahoos.
Should we explain? Yahoo Answers is a web service. We do not solicit these questions, but we do find them. It's like an airdrop of wisdom that no one requested.
Here's one that was sent in by, get this, Leviticus Sutherland.
Yes.
Have you ever heard a name cooler than that?
I just choked
Sorry,
on
Max.
water.
Sorry, Max Jackman, you done been bumped.
You got bumped.
Nah, Max, you're cool.
You're number
Could you
2.
say that name one more time?
Leviticus Sutherland.
Oh, Jesus.
He sounds like an 18th century detective.
Yeah.
God, that's hot. I want to write a book now so I can have a lead character named that.
This question was asked by Yahoo Answers user Nat Ilf, who asked, "What is the heaviest babby to ever be birthed?"
Jesus.
Really? Again with the babby?
Again with the babby. Fucking cut it out. She goes on to ask, "I am pregnant, due on Christmas, and the doctors say my babby is very heavy. I think they said he was gonna be 175 pounds. Can I do anything to make my babby smaller? I am really worried about the labor." Bitch, you should be.
That's going to be a wicked labor.
It's gonna
Wow.
be, you will most certainly die. Your lower section will open up, it will bloom like a flower when you pass that 175-pound man through your
Oh,
lady
man,
tubes.
Let's be honest. This guy's wearing her like an inner tube right now. He's just walking around with his mom around his waist.
Sure.
It's vulgar.
He's already applying for jobs. It's pretty awful. Oh, God.
Is this like an early onset like Jack disease? Is that what's going on here?
You think that job market is tough right now? Well, try going in with your mom with her skin stretched out all around your hands
I
and
see
feet.
a human face sticking out of your chest, like through the skin. What is going on?
We're
in
both
you?
applying.
Competing.
You hire both of us, or you hire neither of us, unless it's a very compelling offer, and then I will consider a late term abortion. Although, you know what, conservatives, that is one area where if you abort a full grown man, I think I can get on board with you that should be a crime. when does life begin? I think once you have stubble. I think definitely
At
life
6
has
feet.
officially begun. At 6, yeah.
Sure.
Life begins at 6 feet.
I mean, what can the let's apply some rationale to this, okay?
For a change.
What the fuck kind of like miscommunication has this woman had with her doctor? Like, is there another, like a metric, maybe 175 ounces? But even that's a hefty ass baby, right?
And nobody uses numbers like that.
All I can think is
Nobody's like, how much is that? How much is this car weigh? Like 1 billion grams.
How many, in fluid ounces, how big's my babe? How about this? Maybe she is pregnant in the UK, and the doctor's bill was 175 pounds.
Okay. I think that could be possible. Except everybody in the UK knows how to spell baby, I would imagine.
with an
Oh
E.
shit! Maybe this is a regional thing. Maybe this is like
In the land of
Faulty
giants.
Towers. Like they spell it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
How bad? I don't even care about the miscommunication. Like, how bad have you been at weights your whole life that you don't like? That doesn't immediately like. Whoa! Did you say 175? That sounds like a hefty person.
You only weigh 130 pounds.
Right.
You physically can't. You physically cannot have that in you
Unless
and weigh
her
that
baby
as
is
much as you
composed of
weigh.
black matter. Like, this is my baby,
Unless
dark
your
matter.
baby, unless your urethra is a TARDIS, there is literally no way that you could have that in you.
It's like the genie bottle. You see.
And I just said urethra as if that was some kind of body part that's involved in the passing of babies through humans.
That is, in fact, the tube that a man's urine goes out, right?
Ladies have them. Don't ladies have them too? Like
I don't know. You may know a doctor. So the urethra is where your baby is. So
You're
be
gonna
very
pee out that 175-pound baby through your urethra, and it's gonna be the worst day of your life.
Yeah.
Enjoy that, elf. You're a dead woman.
If you want to reduce the size of your 175-pound baby, just go through a narrow door frame, running really quickly. You should knock something off. I think it would help. I'm in love with a girl, and I've been thinking about asking her out for a while now. She is a female human, not a goose. I'm about 95% sure she loves me, so I know she'll say yes. The only problem is my friends dislike her, and they think she's ugly, and they don't know why I talk to her. Honesty, so important in a friendship. If I date her, all my friends will surely give me hell about it. Do I ask her out like I want to? Do I not date her because it would make my friends happy? Help me, brothers.
Gmail. Jamal.
Yep.
There's some problems I have with this. Some gaps I feel like are in the story that make it hard to give advising. He's in love with her, and yet he's been thinking about asking her out. Ooh, I don't know about love then.
That instantly makes me think that he's like 14.
Maybe
Yeah.
eight
Okay.
8 years old.
Let's not disparage.
And your friends dislike her because she has cooties.
Yeah. No, I obviously, if you think there's a real chance at love, then you got to take it. You always, if there's a number one in the MBMBAM book of wisdom after Pack Bags and Wags, it's if there's a chance at love, take it.
But I also think we have an opportunity here where we get those questions where it's like, my friend just started dating a girl. She's absolutely horrible. We can't stand her. We have a chance now to look at this from the other side of the coin and say, maybe you're ignoring these things that your friends see and you're, focusing on the good qualities. And you need to flash forward to like 3 months from now,
I love it.
where she ends every sentence with the word "what," and it's like, I can't stand you anymore.
You're getting in on that. You're getting down on that future hypothetical time travel train.
Yep.
I'm all about that. You're saying we can stop this problem that will be a problem in the future, in the past, as if we were from the future.
No, I have a huge problem with this from a sustainability perspective. If people don't keep making mistakes, where do we get questions from? Okay, we can't preemptively keep people from ruining their lives. They got to ruin their lives and then come to us.
That's fair.
You're right. You're right.
So
Do it.
I guess what I'm saying is go for it.
I think that you need to realize that you're faced with either you lose this girl or you lose your friendships because you're going in. You can't not know that your friends don't like her. Like, you can't ignore that from here on in. So anytime you all hang out together, you're gonna know that they don't want her there.
But I will say that if your friends all dislike her and continue to dislike her after you date her because they think she's ugly, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them. I know one of your friends that's getting their smooch on, and that's you. Going to Smoochburg every weekend night underneath the bleachers, and what are your friends doing? They're all sad, reading the new Harry Potter, crying themselves to sleep. And you're getting you're going to Smoochville, getting the smooch gone. Is that what you do in high school?
Yep.
Smooch?
You smooch all
Smooch.
over.
You become the mayor of Smoochtown.
You become the mayor of Smoochtown, and you get your smooch going. So I guess what we're saying is, smoocher.
Yeah.
Just smoocher. Silly.
Smoocher, you goose. Hey, brothers. Hey. I watch a lot of films, and there's always someone who has to ruin the experience by asking questions or trying to guess the ending. It is really annoying, so what's the best way to shut them up? God, I hate that. Arrgh! Oh, it makes me so angry. I wish I knew.
What's fun is growing up, our dad used to do this thing where he didn't guess the ending, but he would just go, and nod his head about like 15 minutes into the movie. And like, I knew that he had just figured out what was going to happen 15 minutes in. And I'd be sitting there going, what? What did I miss? What is it? What? And then the whole movie, I was just trying to figure out how my dad was so much smarter than I was.
Yeah, it's uncanny. Now, as far as actually, God, that's so tough because it's hard to not do it and not look like a jerkhole. To say, like, excuse me, whatever you're saying, this movie is more important. Mm-hmm. But I think you have to do it once.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to live your life like that.
Well, and also,
I think this is really one of those situations that can only be fixed. And I rarely, if ever, condone this approach, but you gotta be as passive aggressive as humanly possible about it. Because if you come out, then you're a jerk who ruined movie night. But if you sigh like really hard when they ask questions, but not too hard.
I got it. Keep the remote control in your hand, and as soon as they start talking, pause it.
yeah, that is.
And give them your full attention.
Now, if you're in a movie theater, like this isn't a movie night, this is like out in public, paid for a ticket movie theater, the power of a withering glance cannot be ignored. Like if they're sitting right behind you, just do a slow burn around, stare them full in the face, and then turn back around.
Is there anything more infuriating than infractions on like movie going etiquette?
No.
It is the most frustrating thing on the planet. I went to see the new Harry Potter movie yesterday and sat next to this irresponsibly overweight family that would not budge when I had to go use the restroom because that movie is 4 days long. Like I had to use the restroom because I'm a human and I process fluid and food through my body and sometimes I have to go through the bathroom. And these fuckers like wouldn't move their legs for me, like just looked at me as I tried to walk by, like just kept their big, horrible, fat shanks like just sticking out in the aisle, like climb them, like I was in fucking football training camp, and then like would not stop talking throughout the movie, but not saying anything insightful, but like a character would die and they'd be like, really? What are you adding to my experience? Other than, I guess, increasing my dexterity by not moving your big, stupid trunks. It makes. I'm still angry about it. I've been angry about it for 48 hours.
Here's what you do. Next time you're next to a fat person who won't shut up, just lean over halfway through the movie and say, if you say one more word, I'm going to slit your throat open and drink your neck jelly.
Drink your neck butter. Big, fat, awful
I'm going
creep.
to drink your fucking neck jelly, you weirdo. Ugh, God, that's irritating. I would rather hang out with racists and people who cut line in traffic than people who talk in a movie theater. It's just so clearly not what you do.
Well, because it's self-centered. It's like it's ignoring everyone else's experience.
Yep. Exactly. It's convincing yourself that you're the only person on earth having an experience.
Because you know it's annoying. Like, there's no way you can ignore the fact that you're interrupting everyone else's experience. But you're just like, fuck it. I paid for a ticket, too. Yeah, but so did all those people. You have just ruined, like, $20 for everyone in the theater.
We're not really helping.
I know.
We're commiserating, which is a way of helping.
It is. Sometimes it's all you need. That is annoying. You know what? If someone is talking and you can tell people around you are getting irritated, stand up and say, "Shut up."
Yeah.
We're watching a movie, and you will be a hero.
Because the thing is, just know that everyone in the theater is thinking the exact same thing and wishing someone would say something. But like everyone's like, I don't know. And if you say it, you are going to be met with silent applause.
Yeah,
Because they don't want to
and-
disrupt the movie.
Yeah, but then you read those things in the newspaper. It's like, man gets stabbed to death with like hedge trimming scissors in a movie theater because he stood up to the theater bully. Like it happens because it's dark and anonymous, and you can just stab people to death in there, and like it doesn't matter. That's why everyone's so afraid. That's why nobody speaks up.
Griffin, can I tell you something right now? And you know I love you. You're my brother, my blood. I love you.
Are you gonna make fun of me for saying head shearing trimmer scissors? Because
No.
I couldn't think of what they're called.
No, I'm going to tell you later. Remind me after the show I'll do that. Right now I need to tell you that you're letting the terrorists win.
Wow.
But it's not terrorists, Justin.
They aren't. No,
it's
they're
not terrorists. It's you and me. It's you. It's not you and me because obviously we have sense in our goddamn heads. But like, it's people like you and me. It's Americans.
People who talk in a movie theater, someone stands up to them and then they kill them. They're a terrorist. That's what they're doing. They're striking fear for all those people who want to talk in movie theaters. Now they get a free pass because some dumbass killed somebody one time.
Yep.
It's more than
You know
once.
what? Oh shit! Equal and opposite reaction. You gotta kill somebody.
Kill
do
somebody
it.
for talking in a movie theater. The fear will balance out the fear.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I also tell you, if you do a movie night at home and you kill the first person in the seat, I guarantee you won't have that problem anymore.
No
So-
more movie nights for you.
Booyah. See, this whole thing was panning for gold. You thought we weren't going to help this person. What we did, kill him. Kill the
him.
person who
Murder.
talks.
Straight up
Yeah.
murder time.
Yeah, and nobody talks in jail in movies because they're in the movies in jail.
Yahoo
That's
Answers.
a fact.
Yahoo Answers. This one was sent in by Clayton A. Yahoo Answers user Joe asks, best Four Loko flavor? I feel like it's time for us to address this.
Okay.
Joe asks, so I just darn a cranberry lemonade and then a blue raspberry and then a watermelon. I'm about to drive to the store to get another. What flavor should I get?
How about hospital flavor?
Dead.
Flavor of what?
Yeah. For Loco.
Travis, are you not?
Are you like in a bubble?
What is that?
Are you a bubble boy?
Apparently.
For Loco is like I don't know. Locally, we have Sparks. I don't know if you.
Oh, it's so much worse than that, though.
Is it worse than Sparks? It's
Yeah.
like that. The FDA just said Four Loko is illegal. People call it a blackout in a can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Travis and I, we make a beverage. I don't know if we've talked about it on the show before. The trash monkey.
I'm almost afraid. I'm afraid to talk about it, Griffin. I'm afraid to unleash
I
it.
feel like we almost shouldn't talk about it because we're gonna get imitators, and then someone will almost certainly die, and then that shit will be on us. Anyway,
Let's say
here goes.
hypothetically, but not encouraged to do this.
Don't do it at all, but it's really cheap and it gets you real fucked up. You take a 40 ounce of malt liquor, drink it to the label, refill it with an energy beer, and then you drink that whole thing. You drink the entire production.
It costs you like $6 and 6 years of your life.
Yeah. I imagine it's the same thing as a Four Loko, but I can't imagine anything being more, I don't know, horrible than a Trash Monkey. So that's why I don't buy into this whole Four Loko fervor.
Let me tell you though, that a Trash Monkey, it sounds gross, and it is. But
What
I
it
am a
sounds like
gentleman
is
with a strong.
racist. Is it racist?
No. It's beautiful. I am a man with a strong tolerance. I can't handle two of them. Like, two of them puts me on my ass. Like, you only need one. It's the most beautiful drink. Don't ever drink it. Don't do it.
Don't ever drink it. In fact, don't drink Four Loko. Don't drink Sparks. Don't drink.
I've never understood the logic of an energy beer. Like, man, I want to get real fucked up and also real coherent.
The thing about it is that your body has one defense against not drinking itself to death, and that's sleepy time. It's your body wrestling you to the ground, saying, "All right, dummy, we're done. The night is over." And Four Loko like disengages that whole situation.
It's taking the safety off.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So I get
You know what else disengages that whole situation? cocaine. Like, it's 6 in one, half dozen in the other, except one has kind of a fun name.
That's true.
Like,
Cocaine is a fun name.
it is a fun name.
It's fun to say, fun to drink.
I think that you guys need to start taking care of yourselves. And by you guys, I mean anyone who's ever drank a Four Loko.
You're better than that.
You're better than that. Like, drinking is such a wonderful experience that is classy. And, like, I feel like this is the complete, like, opposite of classy.
Sometimes things go bad when you're drinking all night, and it's like, oh, man, that didn't go so most of the time you have a great experience. Sometimes you have a bad experience. But, like, Four Loko is, like, actively saying, like, this is going to be a disaster. Like, this is going to be a wreck. This is going to be a bad
It
night.
seems like the kind of thing that if you were with a friend, they should be honor bound to smack it out of your hand.
Yeah.
Don't let friends drink Four Loko.
Four Loko.
They stop it.
Unless they're, like, party friends.
Unless they want to get down. Like, if you want to get down.
If you want to get down, fuck it. Let's do some whippets and headbutt each other. But, like, let's not waste money on Four
Let's
Loko.
fucking put some football helmets on and hit each other with bowling pins to mix it up.
Yeah.
Chop it out.
And do whippets. God damn it, I need a whippet right now.
How about instead of a whippet, I
Why do you want a dog?
give you a question? Many of our good friends have been getting engaged recently. I'm happy for them. But the idea of being engaged right now really freaks me out. I'm in a relationship, and my boyfriend has started talking about us getting engaged. I've explained my commitment phobia, but I fear he will ask soon anyway. That's real love. I love him. So should I say yes, even though I'm terrified? Potential runaway bride. Gmail.
Oh, that's good. That's encouraging.
This question confuses me.
What's that?
Well, just because, like, it seems like she doesn't understand the commitment she's making while stating she's afraid of commitment. Like, if he asks, should I just say yes, even though I don't really want to? No, it's a pretty big deal to say yes.
Yeah, like you fully shouldn't do that. Like, yeah, definitely not that at all.
It's not like a placeholder bookmark that you can back out of later. You know, just like, yes?
She's not saying she doesn't want to, though. She's saying she's terrified. You can be terrified of things that are good for you, like the dentist.
I think you need to walk this whole idea back and figure out what it is that's scaring you so much. Because, you know what? It may be that you just... I don't want to... I'm not going to cast aspersions on your relationship. This person may be great. It may be that you're not looking forward to spending a lifetime with them. That may not be it. There are many reasons you could be terrified. But just to be sort of randomly terrified of it, like to just be scared of commitment without a real reason to, may mean that there's something else going on in there, in the old heart.
Well, what if it's simpler than that? What if she just sees her friends getting... A great deal of my friends have gotten engaged this past year. Like, a lot of them. I would say probably 90% of my high school graduating class. And, like, I see them together. I'm like, that's such a wicked bad idea. Like, not the idea of getting engaged in general, but just you two together. Nuh-uh. Like, the worst idea. So maybe you're afraid that people will look at you like that, or maybe you're afraid you'll be like that. Which I guess makes sense. You just got to be confident in your own and what you got going, and can compare it to your friends.
I
would say don't let that factor into it at all. Don't let the idea that all of your friends are getting engaged. Don't let that has absolutely no bearing on your situation.
I think step one is you need to talk to your boyfriend and be like, hey, straight up, remember 2 weeks ago when I said that I wasn't ready to get engaged? Keep that in mind. That hasn't changed. That is not something you need to bring up again right now. I'll let you know when the time is right, but it is not now.
Yeah, this is one of those weird situations where you having that fear should sort of preclude the discussion. Like, if you're terrified of commitment and you express this to your BF and he still asks you to get married, that may not be, like, he may not be ready. Like, that may not be the relationship you need to be in, because that's like... It's hard being married. Like, even if you love each other, it's tough. And that's not a good start to say, I really don't want to do this. Well, I do, so now you have to. Like, that's not a good start.
And plus, if neither of you are going anywhere, like, here's probably what happened. everyone was getting engaged. He brought up the idea of being engaged. You backed off a little bit. So now he's even more freaked out. So he's trying to hold on tighter. So he might force the issue because he's afraid of losing you because all of a sudden you weren't so down with the idea of being engaged. So you probably just need to make it clear to him that it's not a reflection of the relationship between you two. It's you and it's issues you have to work out on your own so that he's not freaked out.
Yeah, I sense from this email that you guys love each other. I can tell that. I sense a love there. But it sounds like you guys are one good long conversation away from getting this sorted out. Sounds like a combo needs to take place. If it's not going to work out, there's always Griffin. I can give you his phone number. He's super nice. Please, ladies.
Ripe for the picking.
Right for like a delicious cherry.
One might even say overripe. One might say he's developed some tendencies during his year of solitude that maybe are not so attractive.
Maybe a few bruises on the fruit.
Maybe my rind is a little moldy, figuratively and literally.
Ladies, please. Ladies are guys. I'm
Line forms to the left.
Yeah, I'm not so picky anymore. Just anybody. Just take him.
Matchmaker.
Hey, Indian. I need some advice on saving money. You've come to the right place. Every time I get my allowance, I feel the urge. Oh, man. Every time I get my allowance, I feel the urge to go buy something fabulous and amazing that I want, not necessarily need. Any tips that will result in the least amount of tears? Or tears? Tears. Tears. Because if it's tears, buy high-quality garments. Because yeah, otherwise. Tears, thanks, Grace, Formspring. Here's a MBMBM rule to live by. If you're still getting allowance, you don't have to be worried about saving.
That is correct.
In fact, you don't have to worry about shit. Everything's awesome. You're 8. Just chill for a while.
Just chill out. You don't need to save.
You know what I would do if I was 8 and didn't have a job or like any sort of things to worry about? I would just like sit in a bath all day. Just go sit in a bath all day. That's free.
Have you thought about Grace? Have you thought about just chilling in a bath?
You know what I would do with my allowance if I was 8? High rate mutual fund.
Yeah. Definitely an investment.
Get down on an IRA. You're never too young.
Never too young. Grace, I don't think you're 8, but seriously, this is not a joke. If you're getting allowance, you don't need to be worried about saving. You need to blow it. Buy some Whippets. You're young. You'll recover.
8. I started Whippets when I was 8.
Yeah. Wait.
Unless you're trying to save up for like some awesome purchase, like you're saving up to buy a TV for your room or something.
No, fuck it, because you could wait 10 weeks and get that TV, or you could have 10 straight weeks of nothing but Whippets and bubble tape.
Don't save
and
money.
bubble tape flavored Whippets.
Don't save money. Because if you want things, just get them. What if you save your money and they get hit by a truck?
I was just going to say this because of people saving that the economy's going downhill. We got to spend.
Yeah,
Grace,
spend money like you were dying.
Grace, you're the kindling on which our feeble economy is building back into a blazing inferno of prosperity. And
America is the Zippo that's going to set you on fire.
Yeah. So, Grace, in closing, set yourself on fire.
Set yourself on fire and spend all your money.
Or set your money on fire.
There it is.
There it is.
Hey, when did our podcast turn into Mad Money?
When people started asking us questions about money, it's their problem. Here's the question we need to get. Should I ever ask you guys about money? Answer no. There's your advice.
You know what? I have actually been so excellent with money since I moved to Chicago. Do you guys want to know my secret?
Tell me.
Anytime I have the opportunity to spend money, I say, nah, and I do something else instead.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's
Really?
the same way people are like, hey, how do I drink less soda? It's pretty cool, actually. You don't drink soda anymore.
Okay.
It is that easy.
It really is, Grace. I mean, if you're really serious about saving money, take half the money you get and put it in a shoebox.
Or 100% of it.
100%.
And just, it's gone. You never got that money.
Yeah.
When you see something you want, think, do I want this or do I need it? And say, well, I'll leave it here now, and if I still want it in like 3 days, I'll come back and buy it. And by that point, you've forgotten about it.
Yeah, you know, another good one that works when you're at a store and you want something. Think to yourself, it's probably cheaper on the internet. I'll buy when I get home. And then you won't have to think about it again.
You won't.
Or just shoplift. Just take it.
Or
take what you
how
want.
about this? You get like, we'll say $20 for your allowance, right? You spend 5 of that on one whippet.
Okay.
And you do it. You do all of it really fast, and then you will literally forget about the other 50.
Okay.
Because that part of your brain will be. Do you guys know how many problems can be served with the liberal application of whippet?
The thing is, it's important. You got to be thinking about the $15 as you do the whippet, right?
It's like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I got you. Got you. The whippet.
Hey, do you guys know that I don't know what a whippet is?
Moving on. My 21st birthday is a few months away. I'd like to throw a fun party, but I don't drink, and I'd rather not have people drinking at my party. What are some fun ideas for a sober 21st? Sincerely, the life of the party.
Does this person not understand that when you turn 21, that's the day that you're allowed to drink?
Right.
Here's a fun idea. Do some drinking.
Just get some Four Locos and some Trash Monkeys, and then just get it all out of the way in one night.
I would love to not like actually give a real answer. I mean, but besides like board games, but even board games are more fun when you get a little tipsy and everyone gets stupid.
It's
you know what I mean?
really
Like,
not a good answer. It's like saying, I came downstairs on December the 25th, and my Christmas tree was ablaze, and all my presents were ashes. How can I have a fun Christmas? Like, you can't. You can't.
because here's the thing, and you are an adult now, and it's time to have some adult fun. When you turn like 40, yeah, you can kick it, and you can be like, I don't want to drink anymore. I'm old. But right now, if there are people at your party that wish they were drinking, you have a bullshit party.
Wait, okay.
It's not
wait.
a good party.
Just, you gotta not have a party. You can't do it. Listen, you can't have a party. It's gonna be so depressing. You can't do it.
I feel like we need to be more clearly spoken, because it sounds like we're saying, "Hey, pussy, like grab a beer, pussy," which we're not. But you can't. I don't know. It would be a bad idea for you to throw a 21st birthday party and then forbid people to drink.
That's exactly what it is.
You don't have to drink. Like, whatever. If that's not your scene, that's totally awesome. Stick by your guns. But I don't know. I think it would be a little.
It's like having announcing that you're having a pizza party and then not allowing anyone to eat pizza. Because not every party has to have booze at it, but when you announce it's your 21st birthday, there's a connotation to that where everyone goes, woo, turning 21. And then you're like, no, DBYOB, don't bring your own booze. And that's sad. That is depressing for everyone.
It's like, it would be like having a quinceañera without a nice dress or any waltzes.
How many of these can we turn out? It's like having. Oh, come on.
Apparently, exactly that many.
Yeah.
Apparently,
It's like having a dirt bike rally without any dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like having a John Cougar Mellencamp listening party and then not allowing anyone to wear any denim.
Yeah. It's like. It's like making a bunch of jokes about whippets and not knowing what whippets are.
What a whippet is.
It's basically like that.
I think you just need to ask yourself why you don't want people drinking at the party, because you can do that. You can have a party and police it and be like, hey, you're maybe a little tipsy, so don't have any more.
But I can see if it's your 21st, you don't want a bunch of people doing something that makes you uncomfortable. It's their birthday.
I have an answer.
Laser tag. That's what I was
I was just about to say, go to a place that doesn't allow drinking, and then my mind went to Billy Bob's, and then my mind went to laser tag. That's fucking incredible.
Laser tag.
And then my mind went to tackling 8-year-old kids and saying, "Who's the man now, dog?"
Sure. Get drunk on laser tag prowess.
Yeah.
Or you could do like a fancy dinner at a fancy restaurant where people could drink if they wanted to, but it's not at your house. You're not throwing the party, so it doesn't matter to you if people are drunk at a restaurant, because nobody gets drunk at a restaurant.
These are all good suggestions. Also, whippets.
Whippets.
Hey, I've got a Yahoo Answers question.
Okay, I'm going to make you go back to back, but go ahead. Give it to me.
This one was sent in by Curly Head Poet. Yahoo Answers user Animal Lover.
Wait, one more time?
Animal Lover asks, how big of a turnoff is this? Parentheses, for guys. One of my nipples points inwards and won't come out, a.k.a. inverted nipple. Is this a big turnoff or not a big issue?
It's like the issue. It's like the whole thing. That's the thing.
It is a major issue.
That is the issue. This is the preeminent issue of our time. Is that thing you said?
AKA inverted nipple. Did you guys know that is an alternate name that we can call this?
AKA
this
lifetime alone.
AKA shy nipple.
Shy nipple. Come on out, guys.
Oh, hey, come on.
It's basically like my situation is like areola and then a basin, like a basin in the middle of it.
I've got a concave nipple kind of deal. You could eat cereal out of it.
Basically,
is that normal?
I have one more crevice for the guys from my brother and me to fill with wisdom right now. It's my any nipple. Nothing's coming there. It's just an any nipple. How much of a turnoff is it? I think that it's not a turnoff so much as it is fraud. It is a fraudulent relationship that you've entered into with this gentleman, and he will have you tried in a federal court of law.
Sure. I want you guys to follow me on this.
Okay.
The only way to combat a turn off is with a turn on. Okay. And nothing is sexier than confidence. So my advice is to walk up to someone in a bar, say, "Hey, my name's Tanya. I have one inverted nipple. What's up?"
What's up?
What's up?
You don't believe me? Click, booyah! And you bring it out.
Play your cards
like
right. Say play your cards right. Maybe you'll find out if I'm lying. And then that evening you will confirm that you were not in fact lying.
Yeah, build a mystery around it. That's the best.
Yeah,
that's the best option.
When you take off your shirt, look down and scream, "Where'd it go? Whoa!
Get out of here!" He's nervous.
No one will ever love me. And then you'll make that person be like, "Well, it's not so bad." And then you're like, "Well, psych. Now you're mine. Now you've already committed to me." It's very bad.
It's a very bad thing.
It's a very bad thing.
Can I bust out some of the responses?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Winky emoticon face,
Okay.
which is not like spelled out. It literally is one. Responded, "If he loves you, he won't care. If he doesn't love you, he will." It seems like kind of a binary. Like I don't think that this is a black or white issue. I think that there can be degrees of grayness in between.
It's got to be some weird beard's fantasy, right? Like it's got to be somebody who's like, "I love it. I hate when girls have two that stick out. I want to retch."
Or when they have two that go in, but when they're one and one, like husky eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
I want. Have you considered wearing a patch over that one? So when things get really intimate, you're like, "Arg!" and you lift it up. What about that?
how confused is that baby gonna be?
Woof.
How confused is her baby gonna be?
So hungry.
So hungry, but it's actually drawing milk out of me.
It's gonna be like the El Ranchero near my house. Like no matter how hungry you are, it never seems like it's open. You can keep coming back, and it's like, again, really? What am I gonna do?
God.
Most importantly, don't get aroused because it'll probably stop your heart.
Yeah, your nipple is attached to a lot of important organs.
Yeah, you'll stop your heart. You will have to go to the hospital for a dead. How much of a turnoff is it for guys?
Nipple's a nipple.
A nipple's a nipple, right? I mean,
No matter how fucked up it is.
yeah. No matter how a boob's a boob's a boob. I mean, the guy is gonna be. He probably won't notice the first time. I mean, God love him. Guys aren't the smartest. It's probably not gonna be that big of a deal as much as the production we've made out of it.
I mean, now that we know, though, like if I ever saw it, I'm sure that would be that's a sensitive moment when you first see someone naked that you probably don't want their immediate reaction to be, "What?"
You need to get a tattoo under that nipple that says "not an exit."
or just it says "deal."
Oops. That or like build it up. Like, boy, you're not gonna believe what I've got for you. Like nothing
You know, in some cultures.
You've been with the rest. Now be with the inverted nipple, which is what I'm packing.
I've ruined
Which
the
one?
surprise.
You take a guess.
You take it. Which one will it be? It's the left. Damn it! I cannot keep a secret. These are the two things you need to know about me. I have one inverted nipple. I cannot keep a secret. Also, my heart is stopping, so things are going pretty good on this date, I guess. I want to hear Griffin's last question, but first, quick housekeeping things. We officially do have a big new round of merchandise that you should be purchasing at mbmbam.com. You'll see a link there on the right-hand side with the pictures of all the sweatshirts. We've got 3 new t-shirts, red logo shirt, the brown pack your bags, pinkish, purplish, lilacish, orchid is what it is, ladies t-shirt. We've got 2 hooded sweatshirts. Logo shirt, the brown pack your you bop it on the 2-day delivery that will be here tomorrow.
You always say that. I never believe
Bop
you.
it will be
You always
dated or hooked.
mental power.
Presents in the den and stunny baked.
Ho, ho, ho.
That's
You've
it.
waited-
That's what you're bringing. That's your super original.
That's my Christmas heat, is to say ho, ho, ho at the beginning.
As true today as it was in Santa Claus's day.
My original thought had been to say ho, ho, holidays.
That's the worst, Justin.
Oh my God.
It's pretty good, right?
Were you struck in the head with something
Let
recently?
me try again. I'll just start. Let me start over.
Let's just fire off like 9 or 10 different.
Born unto us this day
Okay.
is a child named Wisdom.
That was
Underneath
good.
the star of knowledge and enlightenment, while 3 wise men named Justin, Travis, and Griffin.
Okay,
look
now
on.
that's a vein that we can tap into.
Yeah,
Why
definitely.
don't you try
Oh,
again?
3
but make
wise
it more.
men. I like that.
Make the 3 wise men more of a focal point.
The 3 wise men were the true center of the first Christmas.
Every
It was-
25th of December, we get together and celebrate 3 wise men appearing unto Jesus.
So there's gold, there's frankincense, and there's myrrh. Which one of us, like which gift would each of us have brought? Because I think I would have brought the frankincense.
Yeah.
I think I would have done myrrh because I'm on a budget.
But see, gold seems a little too gaudy for Justin.
Me? Yeah. No, I would. I was back then. You know.
Could it be frankincense, myrrh, and Pokemon cards?
Yeah.
Justin and I would probably both bring myrrh because we didn't talk about it beforehand.
Yeah. I would bring
oh,
gold
shit.
because I would be super into my Joey Buttafuoco face.
Yeah,
Now
sure.
I just have chains and stuff. That was me back then. That was a long. It was literally thousands.
Approximately
of years ago.
2,000 years ago.
Not approximately, Griffin. We know exactly how long ago it was. 2009 years and 360 days is how long ago. So this is my brother, and me. Teach me how to holoduggy. This is an advice show for the modern
there
era.
has to be a better name for it than that.
I don't think there is.
The only other one I could come up with was teach me how to snuggie, but I feel like that's right in that same vein.
Griffin, you're talking to a man whose best intro was Ho Ho Holidays. I'm not going to be able to come up with a better name.
I don't know. I appreciate the candor of your terrible
So
holiday references.
what about? Let's call the episode Christmas Time.
what about
Christmas time.
a holiday snowdown?
That's
Holiday Snowdown, sure. This is, like we said, an advice show for the modern era. We're 3 actual brothers. My name is Justin McElroy,
I'm Travis McElroy.
And I'm Griffin McElroy.
and we are trying our darndest, and you know it's true because I said darndest, to do a holiday show, a family holiday show appropriate for all ages. And so this is going to shake out one of 2 ways if you're listening with family members. Either you all are going to share a really nice 50 or so minutes, or you're going to share a nice 25 minutes followed by 25 minutes of awkward silence.
Now we kind of screwed that up with our intro song, but really I feel like it was so delightful and lighthearted that profanity, it wasn't vulgar.
No.
Using the FCC's regulations for
Okay,
vulgarity.
yeah, I had forgotten about that, so sorry already, I guess. That's our buddy Drew Toothpaste. His name is not Drew Toothpaste. His name is Drew. He makes toothpastefordinner.com, a delightful web comic. You should go buy his merch, and you should follow him on Twitter. He's at Drew Toothpaste, and maybe just say like, "Hey, thanks for the license. Thanks for letting the brothers use your tune. I'm a big fan for life. I'm your biggest fan now."
Yeah, just turn swim fan on him.
Yeah, that's good.
Go full swim fan.
Follow him around. Leave dead sparrows in front of his car.
Yeah. See, I'm a big fan of your show, and puts them on the defensive. Days ago.
But, yeah, I would say unless your family is like belligerently drunk, it's not any different than introducing them to them at any other time. Now, if your family is belligerently drunk, might I suggest not?
No, screw that noise. Might I suggest drinking contests with your new, like, prove her or himself to them.
Oh, I like.
Welcome to Wolf 359. This is the audio log of Communications Officer Doug Eiffel. I am speaking from the comms room of the USS Hephaestus Station. Welcome to day 448 of our orbit around Red Dwarf Star Wolf 359. Today's weather report, pretty nominal. Surface temperatures averaging at about, a crisp 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Instruments are picking up less than 10% chance of stellar flares. Just another happy, sunny day out here, 7.5 light years away from Earth. Minkowski and I finally cleared up that problem with the temperature on the station. All the climate control systems are back to normal, and our stalwart autopilot Hera promises she'll be a little less gung-ho in her efforts to conserve power. You know, I understand that as an artificial intelligence, it's difficult for her to remember that human beings can't function at 400 below zero. That's fine, everyone makes mistakes. But if she could stop talking about my fragile, carbon-based, uncomfortably liquid body, it'd be a real breakthrough for human-AI relations. Speaking of scientific advancement, it's been 3 days since Hilbert's come out of his lab. I think this is the 4th time since mission launch he's been sitting with us at dinner, suddenly yelled, "Of course!" and ran off. I can't understand what Hilbert's saying half the time anyway. It's just as well I'm still banned from the lab. You accidentally knock over 1 vat of acid and almost burn a hole in the hull, and suddenly you're... Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. Whatever you're up to, Dr. Hilbert, best of luck. I gotta be careful with these. Minkowski confiscated another cigarette carton today. You'd think that after 1.5 years on this tin can, our resident Stasi agent would let up. I get it, cigarettes are contraband, but it's not like if she let me have one, I'd immediately light it and accidentally set the station's air supply on fire. Again, the people on this station have serious trust issues. That makes the tally 17 cartons that she's confiscated, and 1, 2, 3 still tucked in the back of the auxiliary comms panel. Safe and sound. I gotta stay sharp about where I leave these things, though. I know I can't actually smoke them. I just like being able to have them in my mouth. I like the taste. Oh yeah, eat your heart out, you succulent rat-killing tar. Alrighty folks, let's see if we can actually get some work done, shall we? Our mission tonight is the same as last night, and the night before that, and the previous 400 nights unto the end of my attention span. Scan the heavens for any signs of intelligent life. Yesterday, we spent a very relaxing 3 hours listening to absolute silence coming from the Theta Nu quadrant, and that was great. That was just great. Today, how about we take a look at what's going on around the Alpha Psi sector? Is today the day we make first contact? What do you say, Alpha Psi 1? Outstanding. Alpha Psi sector bearing 1? No contact. What do you say, Alpha Psi 2? Bearing 2, same as it ever was. How are you feeling, bearing 3? Well, folks, I don't need to tell you that we are in for one exciting evening. I mean, I don't know if you have any dinner plans, but... What the hell? Did I just hear... I thought I just heard something for a moment there. Hello? Alpha Psi sector bearing 3. Is anybody out there? Does anybody copy? No, I suppose not. I must be hearing things. I mean, hearing things is my job, but you know what I mean. You know what? I think I need some coffee. Yeah, that'll make things better. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I have coffee. Of course, it's not actually coffee. It's mostly blended seaweed with some proteins and stimulants. Hilbert says he got it as close to the taste of coffee grounds as he could, but that's not saying much. Calling it coffee helps? Speaking of the good doctor, I passed by his lab on the way to the kitchen. Some pretty weird noises coming from inside, even for him. Check this out. So that's happening. Once again, I hope you know what you're doing, Dr. Hilbert. Oh no, looks like we have an unscheduled caller on line 1, dear listeners.
Eiffel?
Yeah, Minkowski?
Excuse me?
How may I be of service, Commander Minkowski, sir? Don't tell me you need more cigarettes already. I gave you a full carton this afternoon.
Very funny. Eiffel, did you read your copy of Price and Carter?
My copy of what?
Price and Carter's Deep Space Survival Procedure Protocol Manual.
Was that one of those mandatory mission training things?
Yes.
In that case, yes, I definitely did.
Did you now? Because I happened to find your copy of the DSS PPN floating in the observation deck.
Oh?
Still in its plastic wrapping.
Oh. In that case, I've been busy.
Get to it, Eiffel. We may be 8 light years from Earth, but we still do things by the book. This book, in fact. I want you to have it read by 0600 tomorrow.
Gee, Commander, I'd love to do that, but I've got all of this deep space survey to do tonight. Very, very complicated technical stuff that requires my full attention,
If you can't recite that entire book backwards and forwards by tomorrow, I'll not only confiscate the cigarettes you've got in the comms panel, I'll make you watch as I flush them out the airlock. One by one.
Well, clearly this is an important matter that requires my immediate attention.
Glad we understand each other.
And I'm so glad that your shriveled husk of a dictator's heart is as warm as a decompression chamber. Ugh. All right, let's get this over with. Ira?
Yes, Officer Eiffel?
Have you got this Jimmy Carter thing in your databanks?
Price and Carter's Deep Space Survival Procedure Protocol Manual is among the files I have access to.
Can you please reproduce the contents of that file?
Certainly. Would you like me to broadcast this throughout all of the station?
No. Let's have this be a just the two of us, totally secret, never tell Commander Minkowski thing, all right?
Very well. Ready to begin?
Ready as I'll ever be. Take me away, sweetheart.
Price and Carter's Deep Space Survival Procedure Protocol Manual. Congratulations on your assignment to a deep space outpost. Whether your stay is of a scientific, exploratory, or disciplinary nature, we hope that you enjoy a peaceful, restive, minimal casualty residency in your spacecraft of choice. To maximize your chances of a successful return to Earth with all your limbs and faculties intact, please display a strict adherence to the following 1001 survival tips.
1,000 and... it's the extra one that's really annoying.
Deep space survival tip number 1. Always read the instructions before operating any piece of machinery. Deviating from this might result in the loss of valuable equipment, which could lead to heavy fines or death. Deep space survival tip number 2. Begin every day with a few minutes of exercise. Isometric
seriously?
exercises are no harder to do in zero gravity than they are on Earth, and just as rewarding.
Jeez, I'm gonna need some more coffee.
Deep space survival tip number 3. Spacewalks are a serious matter. They are very delicate operations filled with hazards, so only use them as a source of amusement if you are really bored.
I could really go for one of those just about now.
Deep space survival tip number 4. Conserve your oxygen. Even in environments with an air recycling system, oxygen can be limited, so keep your breathing at a slow, steady pace. Remain calm. Failing to remain calm could result in your grisly, gruesome death. So whatever you do, do not panic. Panicking will only serve to accelerate your oxygen consumption and make your already likely demise a certainty. If you want to avoid dying painfully alone in the cold darkness of space, gasping desperately as freezing oblivion silences your pathetic hopes and dreams, relax. Deep space survival tip number 5. Remain positive at all times. Maintain a cheerful attitude, even in the face of adversity. Remember, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. But when you're crying, you're in violation of fleet-wide morale codes and should report to your superior officer for disciplinary action. Deep space survival tip number 6.
Oh my god, there it is again.
Mindful of your
Ira,
personal
shut up.
hygiene.
That's definitely a transmission. I might be able to clean it up a bit, actually. Come here, you. Hold on. No, come back! Damn it, I've lost the signal again. But I'm not crazy. There's definitely something out there. Come on, talk to me, whoever you are. I say again, Alpha Psi Sector, bearing 3. Do you copy? What was that? Are we seriously blowing up now? Is there a survival tip about what to do for blowing up?
What the hell was that? Eiffel, were you smoking again?
I was not.
If I come down there and find a single burnt match...
Eiffel's not at fault, Commander. Loud noise came from my laboratory. Apologies, didn't mean to cause distraction.
Dr. Hilbert? Are you okay?
Naturally, why is state of my health in question?
That was a rather loud explosion.
Oh, erroneous assumption. Loud noise was not explosion.
Then what was it?
Don't know, something else. Not explosion, something less destructive. A hairdryer, perhaps.
Dr. Hilbert, is anything around you on fire?
Definitely not. Well, probably. Too busy with experimental sample to look around. Rigorous observation cycle must devote full attention. Hilbert out.
Hira? The current temperature in the laboratory is 210 degrees Fahrenheit. And rising. And I'm guessing that the fire containment system... is still out of order due to last week's electrical outage. Great. Well, I guess we gotta break into his lab and make sure he doesn't die.
Hey, I'm still banned from those premises, and last I checked, he outranks me. This is all you.
Eiffel, a man's life might be at risk.
If only we didn't do things by the book around here.
If you're not down at the lab in 5 minutes, I am going to make sure
what's that,
your
Commander?
rations for the rest
you're
of the mission
breaking
are
up. The
nothing
fire
but...
must be
don't you
interfering
dare.
with
Do
the
not do
intercom
this,
system.
Eiffel. I
Are
am
you
not
there?
playing
Do you
around.
copy?
I swear to
Where's
God.
that mute
Eiffel.
button?
Eiffel.
Yes.
Eiffel.
Have fun with the rescue op. Alone at last.
Would you like me to resume the reading where we left off?
As scintillating as that sounds, Hira, I think we can just leave it.
Are you certain?
Yeah, I got the gist of it. Besides, I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Right, that. What are you? Who's out there? Hello, does anyone copy? This is Douglas Eiffel aboard the USS Hephaestus Station. Please respond. Again, is anybody out there? Please respond. Oh, God. Oh, sweet, merciful tap-dancing zombie chorus girls. It's an old radio broadcast from Earth. A signal sent out... God, this must be decades old. All this time, it's just been traveling through space, bouncing from star to star. I mean, just imagine. Of all the odds, of all the space, it just happens to run into us. You gotta wonder how many things this song has seen. Well, it looks like I didn't stumble onto alien life today. But you know, as consolation prizes go, a reminder that Earth is out there, waiting, with all its hi-fis and smoking sections and triple white chocolate mochas with whipped cream. That ain't half bad. Well, until we meet again, this is Hephaestus Station Comms Officer Doug Eiffel signing off. I should probably go make sure Hilbert isn't burning to death. I'll go after this song is over. This has been Wolf 359, written and directed by Gabriele Urbina. The roles of Eiffel and Hilbert were played by Zach Valenti. The role of Minkowski was played by Emma Sherjarko. And the role of Hira was played by Michaela Sui. Original music by Alan Rohde, and audio recording by Jared Paul. Tonight's space transmission was The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. Want more tips on how to survive in the cold, unforgiving void of space? Visit wolf359.fm or follow us on Twitter at wolf359radio for more information on our show. Interesting. Oh, well, it's been a week since I picked up the first of these signals, and they don't seem to be stopping. We had some doo-woppy number yesterday, and now some classical music that sounds very angry at me. And all 13 intercepted songs have been super informative. Origin? Unknown. Intended destination? Unknown. Frequency? Erratic. Sound quality? Well, we can safely conclude that Operation Freaky Steaky space music is ongoing. Operation Find Cooler Names for the operation is still in its opening stages as well. In any case, this is the log of Communications Officer Douglas Eiffel speaking from the USS Hephaestus station. It's day 455 of our orbit, looking forward to another calm one around Red Dwarf Wolf 359. Yep, super calm, totally uneventful day, smooth sailing.
Eiffel, you insubordinate hyena. This is outrageous even by your ridiculously low standards. How do you even expect to get away with it?
It's not as if Minkowski yelling at me for things I had nothing to do with and don't know anything about anyway is particularly remarkable, so still, simple, boring, consequence-free day for...
Officer Eiffel, this is most unprofessional. Vile conduct like this undermines vital equilibrium of station personnel. Must insist that you return the oral...
Whew, boy, everyone seems to be saying all kinds of weird things tonight. The sheer normalcy of everything today must be getting to him. But anyway, dear listeners, since I don't have anything to report from the USS Hephaestus station, this has been the log of Communications
Officer Eiffel?
Ugh.
Do you have a moment?
What is it, Hira?
Is everything all right? Commander Minkowski and Dr. Hilbert seem very upset with you.
I have little to no idea what you're talking about.
I just thought it might have something to do with why you locked yourself in the communications room.
Oh, that.
Yes. Right before you used lead piping to jam the door handle.
Well, why, yeah. I guess I did do that. Isn't that funny, Hira?
Actually, it seems more like premeditated caution.
Now, hey, wait, nothing is premeditated here. The very suggestion that I would meditate anything, I mean, it's laughable. Huh? Ah, screw it. All right, fine. As part of my ongoing punishment for maintaining my humanity in the face of bogus military protocol, Minkowski made me help her do an inventory of the supply stores today. Turns out we had a grand total of 1 tube of toothpaste remaining. 1 delicious, minty fresh tube of breath-saving relief for the remaining 275 days of the mission. Well, inevitably conflicts get bureaucratic around here, so I figured that it was necessary and prudent to secure my fair share for the sake of equity and morale. Basically, I took the entire tube.
Eiffel, open the door this very instant.
Evening, Commander. Nothing to see here. Thanks for stopping in. See you later. Bye.
This is beyond harebrained. You know that, right? You know that you have to...
I guess we might as well talk about this. Hostage is such an ugly word, Commander.
I haven't said hostage.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get ahead of the curve. Now, hold on. I've got to make an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your communications officer speaking. By now, you've noticed that I have recently cornered the market in a certain vital hygiene product. Now, before anyone decides to get clever or heroic, you should know that I'm not above doing something stupid here, alright? You try to break in here, you so much as scratch the door into this room, I sense the teeniest disturbance in the force, and I will dump all our remaining toothpaste into this can of oil I picked up from the hangar bay. So if you want to avoid that kind of turbulence, please keep your hands and feet to yourselves for the next portion of the flight. Capiche? Come on, Commander Minkowski, I want to hear verbal confirmation. 1 grunt for yes, 2 for no.
I ought to throw you in the brig for insubordination.
We don't have a brig.
I'll work something out.
What about you, Dr. Hilbert? Do you read me?
Eiffel, this plan is no good. Can't spend the rest of mission locked in comms room. Your field power is considerable, but the starvation will be even more considerable.
Try me. I got some old magazines, a window, and radio as entertainment seems to be making a comeback around here. Plus, I stocked up on food this afternoon, enough to last until the next orbital cycle. Hira, can you confirm for these losers that the protein packs dispenser's tank has gotten mysteriously lighter?
Scans do indicate a percentage drop in the tank's capacity that is commensurate with the amount Officer Eiffel could stuff into a crew member duffel bag.
Listen to me, Doug. You're blowing this way out of proportion. Just come out and give us the toothpaste. I'm sure Dr. Hilbert will be able to synthesize a perfectly suitable substitute.
Oh no, I'm not falling for that one again. You said that when we ran out of coffee, and now I get to start every morning with a nice mouthful of blended seaweed. You said that when we ran out of soap, and now I'm lucky if I don't get first-degree chemical burns when I shower. I am done with Hilbert's homemade substitutes for everyday commodities. I don't care how far away we are from Earth. I still have rights. I still have the right to toothpaste.
All right, this conversation is over. Hira, could you please initiate Eiffel Protocol M?
Hello? Commander? Hira, what did Minkowski mean by Protocol M? How many Eiffel protocols are there? Hang on a minute, everyone. Well, folks, I gotta admit, Minkowski and Hilbert have proven themselves more creative than I'd anticipated. Cutting power is one thing, but they shut off the heat. I'm not sure how cold it is, but my water supplies froze half an hour ago, so I'm gonna go with cold. I think they even rigged up some kind of fan system through the air ducts for added wind chill. But the joke's on them, because I've just about managed to patch my comms console into the life support system's power lines. Just a few more connections and... Ow! Okay, so that one wasn't it. Let's try... Oh, hey! All right, I got ears again. Oh, let's see what our local fascist dictator and mad scientists are up to, eh? Okay, they're in the lab. Probably plotting. Let's see here.
Mildly weaponized derivative of halothane vapor. Crude but effective as night-night agent.
And you're sure it'll knock him out?
Oh, 100% certainty. We just put on gas masks and then have Hera pump gas throughout central ventilation system. I forget moment where he think he smell molasses, then good night for 16 to 20 hours. Very fast, very effective, like Sandman, but more trichloroethylene.
I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that that's a good thing. But it won't harm him.
No. Very benign. No pain, minimal brain damage.
But could there be pain? Could we use a gas that causes him a little pain first and then knocks him out?
Well, Yes, possibly. Good chance to test theory about vaporized bromine, actually. Could make solution that causes very painful irritation to the epidermis of...
You know, I think I might just be happier not knowing where the rest of that conversation goes. Christ, what a pair of ingrates. You'd think, after everything I do around here, they'd let me have this one teeny tiny thing for myself, but no. God forbid that Doug should have some vestige of creature comfort for himself for extra days before he settles in for hundreds of days of stale, unsmoked cigarette breath. No, can't have that. Gotta brush our own teeth. What avarice! But the joke's on them. I've got a gas mask I'm mostly sure works, and I'm gonna try to use the comms panel to thaw out some food. Yeah, food is good. More on the great toothpaste siege of day 455 as it develops. Welcome back, everyone, to hour 17 of our little adventure here, which, thanks to our most recent development, is hour 31 of no sleep for Doug Eiffel. So yes, dear listeners, between the cold and the frozen food and the sleep deprivation, And the chunks of ice I keep pulling out of my hair, and the unsettling fact that a few hours ago I smelled molasses, but then I didn't get knocked out, and I don't know what that was about, and the occasional moment when I'm pretty darn sure I see Peter Sellers playing a Game Boy in that chair over there, which is objectively wrong. I think I'm starting to lose it. Don't think this means you're winning, though. Just because I'm cracking up doesn't mean I'm cracking. I may be a few fries short of a Happy Meal by the end of this, but I'll be the only madman on this station with triple action whitening, breath-freshening cavity protection. You don't scare me, alarm noise from hell, so do your worst. That... Oh my God, that worked?
Officer Eiffel?
Hera, how are you talking to me right now? I still have all comms on mute.
My interface is directly routed into the station's loudspeakers, independently of any of your systems. You couldn't shut me up if you wanted to.
Well, that's a comforting thought, I guess. What do you want?
Commander Minkowski has asked me to intercede in this conflict as an impartial arbiter. I'm here to discuss the terms of your surrender.
Surrender? No, screw that. I'm winning here.
Your situation is untenable. You haven't slept in over a day, most of the food you have is inedible, and you've spent the past 16 hours at minus 40 degrees.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Minus 40 is the point where it doesn't make a difference. You're headed for cardiopulmonary arrest, acute hypothermia, or a mental break with reality, any or all of which would be detrimental to our mission objectives. This is about your well-being.
This is about honor, Hera. Honor and basic human rights. You might not know much about them because you spend all your time indoors, but I'm not going to cave until I've vindicated my beliefs and clean my mouth out at least once while humming Mercedes-Benz by the immortal Janis Joplin.
My databanks indicate Janis Joplin died in...
It's not relevant.
Will you at least listen to Commander Minkowski's terms? They're very generous. She only has you in the brig for 10 days.
We don't have a brig.
She'll work something out.
Look, no, forget it. I'm not surrendering. Go tell her Imperial Majesty Minkowski she can shove her Patriot Act fear tactics where the Red Dwarf don't shine. We will fight on frozen beaches.
Officer Eiffel, would you kindly look out the window, please?
What? Why?
Just do it, please.
All right.
What do you see?
Not much. A lot of darkness. Some stars here and there. Wolf 359, of course.
Mm-hmm. And what do you see when you look at it?
Well, it's more orange than red, really. And it's pretty big. Not as big as the sun, but still sizable. And there's some flares.
And what do those look like?
Jesus, Hera. I don't know. They're just kind of bright spots. Like tiny flashbulbs going off. Does that mean there's something up with the star?
No, the star is nominal. What it means is that was probably enough time for Dr. Hilbert to dissolve the hinges holding the comms room door in place.
What? Never fails. Bryson Carter 614. When in doubt, dip it out. It being hydrochloric acid. Don't take another step or the toothpaste gets it.
It's frozen in its tube, Eiffel. This little revolution is over. It'll be easier on all of us if you come quietly now.
Do your worst, Commander. You'll never take me.
Make sure you log the valuable lesson you've learned, Eiffel.
Oh. Ow. Either I'm still unconscious or I've been stuffed into the broom cupboard.
We've started calling it the brig.
How very resourceful of you, Commander.
I think so, yes.
Any idea how long before we can look back on this whole incident fondly and laugh about it? Hopefully from places that aren't the inside of a broom closet?
Oh, it might be a little while. At the very least, until Hilbert and I finish using up our last tube of toothpaste.
Them's the breaks. I'm guessing there's not too much to be gained by saying how sorry I am, Commander? Hey? Commander? Hello? Well, I guess we're on to the solitary part of this confinement. I'm not sure how long I'll be away, dear listeners, so I'll leave you here. This is USS Hephaestus Station's comms officer, Doug Eiffel, recording from the the brig. Good night. This has been Wolf 359, written and directed by Gabrielle Urbina. The roles of Eiffel and Hilbert were played by Zach Valenti. The role of Minkowski was played by Emma Sherjarko, and the role of Hera was played by Michaela Swee. Original music by Alan Rohde, and audio recording by Jared Paul. Tonight's space transmission was A Night on the Bear Mountain by Modest Mazorgsky. Want more examples of what not to do when you stage your revolution against the man? Visit wolf359.fm or follow us on Twitter at wolf359radio for more information on our show.
She did mention something about an aggressive parasitic agent a little while ago.
Right, exactly. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take care of that before we get to my physical.
Very well. We'll check on you in a little bit.
Whew. Oh. Whew. Wow, saved by the bell. Commander, I know we've had our ups and downs, but right now I could kiss you.
Eiffel, that plant sample, it's not playing dead anymore. It's growing and growing and growing. It's cut me off from the door, and its roots are stretching all over the walls. It's got, oh God, in the middle of all the stems and moss, I think I see an eye. I think this thing is looking at me.
Commander, I appreciate a good story as much as the next guy, but don't you think this is getting a little 1950s drive-in?
What kind of joke you think this is, but I don't have time to unravel it. Get up here with a flamethrower and help me kill this thing.
Really? I've got this.
Eiffel!
Oh, all right. I'll be there in a moment. Hold on while I indulge my commanding officer, dear listeners. I've never used the flamethrower before, so this might be fun.
All right, here I am. Let's get this. Oh my God, you were being serious?
Of course I was being serious. Why the hell would I lie about something like this?
To get out of Hilbert's physicals!
I would never. All right, fine. It kind of started out that way, but now it's serious. Don't just stand there. For God's sake, help me kill this thing.
With what? Harsh language?
With napalm, you moron! Did you even check the arms locker?
Oh, the one you won't give me access to? Wait, what's it doing? Are those teeth? No, wait! No, don't!
Eiffel!
Hi again, dear listeners. So, it seems that I may have misjudged the conversations I was having with Minkowski earlier. Turns out she wasn't just making up an excuse to avoid Dr. Hilbert's physicals after all, but rather she had actually found a space mutant plant monster. I don't have the time right now to give you all the details of the commander and I's miraculous escape, but I guess we call it a creature, fled into one of the station's air vents. Its current whereabouts are unknown. Minkowski and Hilbert are arming themselves with whatever weapons they can find or make, and Hera is shutting down all of the non-essential vents to limit the creature's path. With any luck, we'll be able to track down and kill it before it manages to corner any of us. Which means that our physical examinations are suspended indefinitely on account of a station-wide emergency. Yes! Oh, yes! This has been a good day, my friends. A good day. Recording from the comms room of the Hephaestus Station, this is Communications Officer Doug Eiffel signing off. Good night, folks. Good night. This has been Wolf 359, written and directed by Gabrielle Urbina. The roles of Eiffel and Hilbert were played by Zach Valenti. The role of Minkowski was played by Emma Sherjarko, and the role of Hera was played by Michaela Swee. Original music by Alan Rohde, and audio recording by Jared Paul. Want to find out more about stages 2 through 21 of Dr. Hilbert's physical examinations? Visit us at wolf359.fm or follow us on Twitter at wolf359radio for more information on our show. Welcome to Wolf 359.
Hello, dear listeners. This is Communications Officer Douglas Eiffel, recording from the USS Hephaestus Station. Today, however, I don't speak to you from the plebeian confines of the comms room. No, today I come to you direct from the final frontier, from the realm of the Alpha and the Omega. Today I am recording from outer space. There are no words to describe the experience. To stand upon the firmament, to gaze upon a star as an equal. Today, I am not unlike the gods. When once you have tasted spaceflight, you will forever walk with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to.
For Christ's sake, Eiffel, could you please get a move on?
Really? She couldn't have held on for a few more syllables?
Sorry, Commander, didn't mean to enjoy the majesty.
When I agreed to lend you the spacesuit, there was a strict no tomfoolery clause, remember? Now hurry up and realign the satellite dish already.
And there goes the majesty. 10-4, Commander. Realigning now. You at the comm station?
I'm here. Remind me again why we're doing this?
I've been picking up traces of signals all week long, but I haven't been able to zero in on them. I might be able to get a clean reading if I just adjust the instruments, but I need someone with actual hands to help me calibrate. I'd ask Hilbert to do it, but he'd probably get bored and turn my consoles into a nuclear bomb, and then forget to tell me about it. So that leaves you. Give that a shot. I actually think that made it worse. Let me try the opposite direction, see if that does anything.
Hurry up. You're not exactly trained for this.
Would you relax? I've got air supply for the next hour and a half, and I'm tethered to the ship. And these mag boots are keeping me super glued to the hull. It's not as Star Trek as that jetpack thingy you use, but we're plenty precaution right now. Hira, would you please reassure our commander that I'm fine?
All of the systems in Officer Eiffel's suit are working nominally, and his temperature and heart rate are both within acceptable parameters.
Which means I'm fine?
Which means he's fine.
Thank you, Hira. Give that a try, Commander. Oh, yeah. Hira, you picking this up?
Loud and clear.
Let's see if we can lay down some track for this. I might finally be able to get that mixtape started.
Would you quit clowning around and get back inside?
Please, Commander, if this doesn't call for an air guitar solo, I don't know what does. Now hold on, let me tinker a bit more. I might be able to get this thing to pick up HBO.
Eiffel.
Attention, radiological alert. Attention, radiological alert.
Dr. Hilbert, please tell me that's something you're doing.
Negative, Commander. Not engaged in any experimental conditions at the moment. It's the star.
Radiation levels are rising throughout the station. Class 4 geomagnetic storm imminent.
Eiffel, get inside.
What's the big deal? There's been like 100 flares since we got here. I can take a little noonday sun.
The interior of the Hephaestus is strongly shielded against the effects of radiation anomalies, but the hull of the ship is open to exposure. Just the increase in solar wind from the storm will be enough to cause major fluctuations to the magnetic fields around your...
Okay, got it. Class dismissed. Hira, I'm headed back towards aft deck, airlock 2.
Copy that. ETA?
A minute to the hatch, another 30 seconds to... Is something going on with my suit? It sounds like I'm about to get a free round of shock therapy.
The elevated levels of radiation are causing some of our electrical systems to go offline.
Lovely. So what's about to go kablooey?
Navigation? Life support? Temperature Whoa, 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 whoa!
The malfunctioning system appears to be your magnetized footwear.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed.
Are you still attached to the hull?
Negative, Commander. Man overboard, or whatever the space version of that is. Tether is holding, but I'm floating.
Officer Eiffel, remain.
Hira, I do not copy. Say again. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Floating off structure. Trying to pull myself up the tether. How much time before the storm reaches our position? How bad is this thing gonna be? Are we talking light showers or cataracts and hurricanos?
Oh, shield!
Do not copy, Dr. Hilbert. Say again.
Way to engage. Any vision?
There's too much interference. Again, how much time before...
Oh, God, my eyes! Oh, that was a bright flash. Oh, God. Damn it.
They're those rough seas I was promised. Hephaestus Station, do you copy? I am spinning. I have no control over my trajectory. Please come in. Hephaestus?
And meet me at the bridge, Dr. Hilbert. Officer Eiffel, do you copy?
Yes, now I copy.
What's your condition? Are you stable?
Negative, Commander. Everything's gimme shelter out here.
Eiffel, none of us have time to figure out what that means. For once in your life, just speak plain English.
Really? Oh, a storm's threatening. All right, fine. Things are awful out here. That plain enough? A little help would be appreciated. And we got a new problem. What's going horribly wrong now?
Proximity alert. You're on a collision vector with the aft deck solar panel. Do you see it?
Negative, no. No visual.
Upon impact, grab and hold onto panel. Optimal way to stabilize.
Impact?
You're coming in fast, and you're picking up momentum. It's gonna be bumpy.
Oh, swell. Ira, how far am I from the panel? Can I get a countdown?
Can't you just...
No, I can't see it. I didn't have my face shield down when the first flare hit and it blinded me. All I'm getting is white and some hazy shape, so we're gonna do this tag team style. Ira?
Calculating. Collision in 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Son of a bitch!
Are you back on structure?
Negative, Commander. I was not able to hold on to the panel.
Officer Eiffel is moving away from Hephaestus at a speed of 35 miles per hour and rising.
All right, if anyone has any brilliant ideas, now would be...
Eiffel, are you...
Fine. Commander. I just got to the end of the bungee cord. I still can't see. I think my right arm may be dislocated now, but I'm stable. I'm not moving. All right, well, now that things are quieter, how do you guys feel about pulling a U-turn on the old Winnebago and coming to pick me up?
Our rudimentary propulsion system's ability to correct for the stellar mass's gravitational cycle is...
We don't have the engines for a maneuver like that, Eiffel. We go where the star takes us. You have to pull yourself up the tether.
Expediency is of paramount importance. Stellar readings indicate a high probability of continued erratic geomagnetic anomalies over the next few hours.
I mentioned the arm, right? And the blindness?
Look, getting through those 100 feet of tether won't exactly be pleasant.
100 feet? Jesus Christ.
But you have plenty of air, so just take it slow. Grit your teeth and get through it one step at a time.
Yeah, actually, Commander, that may not be, completely feasible course of action.
Hira?
My instruments are detecting a rapid drop in the water supply levels of your suit's cooling system. It's likely that your collision against the solar panel caused a leak.
Hira, there's bigger problems than that right now. He'll survive without a cooling system.
No, that's not the problem, Commander. Actually, scans also indicate that the humidity level within Officer Eiffel's suit is rapidly climbing. The water is leaking into the suit.
Hira?
Given your current weightlessness, the amount of water in the cooling system, the volume of the occupancy space within your suit,
Hira, bottom line.
The bottom line is unless there's a change in your conditions in the next few minutes, you are likely going to drown.
Drown?
But the important thing is not...
I'm going to drown? In outer space?
What kind of sense does that even make?
Officer Eiffel, retain your composure. Remember price and carton number 4. Conserve your...
Hilbert, I may well be dying out here, but I'm not gonna have one of the last things I hear be some crap from the survival manual. I've had enough dramatic irony for one day, thank you.
Listen, you need to stop yelling. Your breathing rate is too high for your current oxygen reserves.
Right. Yeah, okay. Limited oxygen. Gotta stay calm, okay? No yelling. Deep breaths.
Kira, time frame?
6 minutes. With luck.
What airlock is closest to Officer Eiffel's current position?
Aftech number 3.
Begin spacewalk prep there. Dr. Hilbert, go down to the airlock, connect 2 tethers together, then attach them to the restraint. That should be enough slack for me to reach him with my propulsion maneuvering unit.
Is that your jetpack thingy?
Yes, Eiffel, that's my jetpack thingy.
Commander, I cannot recommend this course of action. Risk of continued electromagnetic anomalies is still very high. This rescue mission places your life in unacceptable risk. For the greater good of the crew, I must request...
For the greater good of the crew, I am going to pretend that this line of thinking was never even insinuated, Doctor. Aftech airlock, now.
Aye, Commander.
Eiffel, I'm coming to you. How are you doing?
Acceptable. I'm starting to feel the water from the leak, though. Still making my way up the tether, only... Hira?
94 feet.
That much to go.
Keep at it. Hira, I'm outside the station. What is Officer Eiffel's approximate coordinates from my position?
23 degrees ecliptic north, 17 degrees celestial east. 4 minutes of acceptable water-to-air ratio remaining.
Thank you, Hira. Commander, can you see me?
Negative, no visual contact. Can you flash your work lights? Still nothing. Beginning approach trajectory towards your coordinates.
Not to alarm anyone or anything, but things are getting kind of touch and go in here.
Doing what we can. Hira, distance?
70 feet and closing, Commander.
Flash your lights again. Still no visual contact. Hira, can you do anything to refine the...
Attention, radiological alert. Attention, radiological alert. Stellar flare imminent.
Commander, permission to speak freely.
Permission denied, Doctor. Eiffel, is there anything you can do to give me a sense of... Wait, flash your lights again. Got you. Beginning intercept vector, I should be at your position in a few moments.
Faster would be better.
Just be ready. I don't exactly have brakes on this thing. Approaching. Should be at your position in 3, 2... Damn it!
What? Did you get him, Commander?
Negative, Doctor. I was off by a few feet. I went past him. Turning around now to try to... Be more than a few seconds. Eiffel, are you ready?
Wait, Commander, what? Did not copy. What are you...
Easy. It's okay. You're all right. You're in Dr. Hilbert's lab.
Hilbert's lab?
Deep breaths. You're okay. We got you. Hilbert's relocated your arm, and he says that your vision should be back to normal in a few days.
I'm... all right?
Well, you're still you, so... But you're not in any medical danger. Although, Hilbert did have to resuscitate you, so you may now qualify as undead.
Ow. Oh, God damn it. Don't make me laugh. My lungs are barely holding together as it is.
Take it easy, rest up, you should be all right.
Commander, thank you.
You're welcome. Just promise me you won't push our luck like that again anytime soon? Like in this lifetime?
Scout's honor.
Officer Eiffel?
Hey, baby. Did you miss me?
I've been keeping track of your vital signs and biological readings since Commander Minkowski brought you on board.
Because you missed me?
Because I missed you. I have something for you.
Oh?
Yeah, it's not much, but I thought it might make you feel a bit better.
Thank you, Hera. This has been Wolf 359, written and directed by Gabriel Urbina. The roles of Eiffel and Hilbert were played by Zach Valenti. The role of Minkowski was played by Emma Sherjarko, and the role of Hero was played by Michaela Sway. Original music by Alan Rohde, and audio recording by Jared Paul. Tonight's space transmission was Chinese Blues by Morin Gardner. Also featured on tonight's episode was Also Sprach Zarathustra by Richard Strauss. Want to learn more about Deep Space Rescue Mission Procedure? Visit wolf359.fm or follow us on Twitter at wolf359radio for more information on our show. Welcome to Wolf 359. This is the audio log of Communications Officer Doug Eiffel, recording from the comms room of the USS Hephaestus Station. It is day 490 of our orbit around Wolf 359. How are you today, dear listeners? Is everything as it should be in your lives? It's a beautiful day here on the far side of our red dwarf star, and I feel great. You know, this will come as a shock to most of you, but I've been known to, on rare occasion, be a tiny bit of a downer. I don't make a point of it, but once in a blue moon, I've given into the temptation to, just for a second, see things on the glass half-empty side. Just a little. But no more. That Doug Eiffel is dead. The new me, Doug Eiffel 2.0, is a changed man. A man who's ready to look on the bright, sunshiny side, even though I'm still bored out of my skull, and I've got this stupid skin rash that's driving me nuts. But anyway, happy thoughts. For example, something wonderful happened 2 days ago. And speaking of that, hi, Dr. Hilbert.
Officer Eiffel, how are you tonight?
Fantastic, Doctor. Does your stopping by mean I get my dose for the day?
Your cough has gotten worse since yesterday. Let me examine.
Please, Doctor, I don't think that's really necessary.
Your glands are swollen, and your uvula is very irritated.
It's nothing, Doc. Now, can I...
Could provide a very strong antibiotic that could...
That's fine, Hilbert, but before you do that, could you just
It
give
is
me those...
important to address these health concerns right away. Otherwise, they could...
Dr. Hilbert, do you have something for me?
Huh? Ah, yes, your nicotine lozenges. Synthesized a new batch for you this afternoon. Here you are.
Oh, you are a great man, Dr. Hilbert. A great man.
Empirically. However, please conserve the batch this time. These are a sophisticated method of fighting symptoms of withdrawal, not gas station breath mints.
Oh, you know me. Everything in moderation and all that. Well, Doc, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Let's do this again tomorrow.
You are welcome. Oh, and Eiffel, let me know if you experience any of...
I cannot even begin to tell you how much this is the stuff, dear listeners. The first batch tasted like cinnamon, but per my request, he was able to customize the second to taste like day-old ashtray. He's literally made me cigarette candy, and it's the best thing ever. He's right, though. I gotta slow down with these things. I'll only have 2. No, 3. Yeah, no, definitely just 4. Just 4 at a time. From the USS Hephaestus Station, this is Officer Eiffel, signing off. Good night. Hello again, dear listeners. This is the log of Officer Eiffel. Recording on day 400. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not feeling so great today. My throat's killing me, and I've been kind of woozy all day. But you know what the worst part is? I'm almost out of these lozenges. Oh, doctor, impeccable timing.
Officer Eiffel, you look terrible.
No, I'm fine. Don't even worry about it. It's just a space cold or something.
That's not how things work on a spaceship. Come here.
No, just...
Come here. You're running a fever. Have you been experiencing any discomfort aside from your throat?
I've kind of had a headache all day. Oh, and my back's been kind of weird and itchy for the last 3 days.
Let me take a look. All right. Any muscle pain?
Nah, not really.
The skin has reacted with such an advanced case of morbilliform, but no myalgia yet. Fascinating.
Wait, yet? You just said... What do you mean, yet?
Yet? Oh, drat. English such an elegant cudgel of a language. Occasional errors inevitable. Next question. How many nicotine lozenges have you had in the past 24 hours?
What? All the ones you gave me yesterday, I guess, but what does that have to do with nicotine lozenges?
All of them? Already? You must space them out. I shall have to get you a fresh batch.
No, stop. What is this? Is there something in these lozenges?
Of course there's something in them. Nicotine polyacrylates, about 5 milligrams of phenylalanine, sucrose for flavor. Very simple chemical formula.
No, what I... Is there something in them that's making me sick?
Officer Eiffel, you're looking very weak. Maybe you should... Officer Eiffel?
What? Where?
You fainted in the comms room, Officer Eiffel. I have moved you back to your quarters.
Hilbert, what's going on here? What's in those lozenges? You're not making me sick, right?
What possible reason could there be for doing that?
Right, exactly. Besides, you're a doctor. You're, morally opposed to doing anything like that. Do no harm and so on.
Oh, not really. My PhD is in molecular biology. Theoretical scientist first, practical medicine more of a pastime. Always saw Hippocratic oath as leaving one with a very limited scope. True science mustn't be so severely hindered.
So, that's a no. I'm not making you sick, right?
You're sweating, Officer Eiffel. You're running a very high fever. Impaired judgment and delusional fixations very common. Pay them no heed.
Just answer the damn question. Also, follow-up question. Why am I tied to the bed?
Bed rest is crucial for a man in your condition. Restraints crude, but necessary measure to ensure peaceful, restive state. Very conducive to speedy recovery.
But...
No buts. Just bed rest.
But Minkowski's gonna get on my case if I don't show up for my cleaning shift later today.
Already taken care of. I have spoken to the commander, requested that she give me unrestrained authority over your movements and schedule until such a time as you have a clean bill of health.
I bet she didn't like that one bit.
On the contrary, she agreed it was a necessary measure. Very enthusiastic at the idea of your absence.
Oh, great. How long do you think we need to keep these restraints?
For as long as it takes. Now rest. I have taken the liberty of disconnecting all components of the intercom system in this room to guarantee maximum quiet. I'm leaving your daily dose of lozenges secured right here at this table, within your arm's reach. Make sure you take them regularly. It would be a pity to come so far, only to lose progress at this point. Don't worry. You're in extremely capable hands. Good night.
Well, at least he did me the courtesy of leaving my portable recording device attached to my shirt. I'm not sure if you can hear me, dear listeners. If you're still with me, don't worry. This sounds bad, but I know the comm system's better than anyone, and I'm pretty sure it's impossible to completely cut off a room. Case in point. Hey, Hira, do me a favor and patch me through to Commander Minkowski, will ya? My hands are indisposed at the moment. Hira? Are you there? Hello? Okay. I may be in slightly more dire straits than I previously thought. Especially because I'm seeing 4. No, 5. No, definitely 4 of everything right now. I'm gonna shut this recording off for now. I feel I might need to make this battery last for a bit. I will break radio silence again when I have one of my patented escape plans figured out. I'll talk to you soon, dear listeners. I hope. Hi again, folks. I'm still here. Still under restraints. Still trapped. But still alive. No thanks to Dr. Hilbert, though. I have no idea why he's making me sick, but I know it's him. I was fine until he started feeding me those things, and now... It's been 3 days since I last talked to you. At least I think it's been 3 days. It's always a little hard to be sure at this place, and I've been going in and out of consciousness a lot. I've only had contact with Hilbert for that entire time. He's got me completely isolated. Just comes in a few times a day to give me food, some pills that are probably designed to turn my insides into radioactive goo. And more of those damn lozenges. I have no idea what's going on with the rest of the crew. I have no idea if they even know if I'm still alive. Who knows what that maniac's told them. I gotta let them know what's going on, get them to save me before he gives me the full Nick Riviera. Joke's on old Comrade Crazy, though. I've only been pretending to take his pills. Stick them under my tongue and then spit them into my jacket pocket the second he leaves the room. Sooner or later, my body will metabolize whatever crap's already in my system, and then we'll see how he likes it when someone's messing around with his internal organs. Even better than that, though, I think I've figured out a way to get out of this. Oh, it took a bit of ingenuity, but...
Officer Eiffel, did I just hear you talking to someone?
Who, me? No, of course not. I was just resting. Who would I even be talking to?
I definitely heard the sound of your voice.
I was just recording my daily log. You know me, keeping up with regulations.
Indeed. How dutiful of you. Ever diligent in your work, aren't you?
That's me. Me to a T. And speaking of that, don't you think it's time for me to get back to work? Because honestly, I don't think I'm even sick anymore. I feel great.
Do you?
Never better. Not my life.
How many fingers am I holding up?
The Fifth Amendment says I don't have to answer that question.
How many fingers? Simple question for a man in robust state of health, no?
4.
4? Ish? No, Eiffel, it was not 4-ish fingers.
What do you do to me, you crazy science freak? What kind of sick experiment is this?
Oh, not this again. For goodness sake, Eiffel, you need to abandon this delusion. The only experiment here is the one that you are conducting on my patients. You're running a fever of 105 degrees and fighting an aggressive infection in your pulmonary system. I'm only trying to help you get better. An enterprise that would be a lot easier if there was no need to ground your medicine into your food and administer it intravenously while you sleep.
Well, you know... What? You're smuggling drugs into me?
I'm good, doctor. I can tell when someone has not been following prescribed procedure. All I did was take necessary measures for your health.
You had no right to do that. This is insane.
When patient does not trust doctor, doctor cannot trust patient. Now listen to me very carefully. I have every intention of seeing this through to the end. There are certain people who have to be dragged, kicking and screaming towards improvement. You are one of those people, Officer Eiffel. Sincerely hope that you will start listening to me. Stop wasting your energy and rest. You're going to need it.
Hilbert! 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 Okay, don't panic. Remember the plan. Just remember the plan. Hilbert doesn't know this, but I keep one of my tool bags by my cot. Took a lot of squirming, but I was able to reach it. Nothing in there that could cut through the restraints, but I was able to make some pretty clutch adjustments to this little recorder. I think I might be able to broadcast a short-range transmission. Talk to Minkowski. All right. Here goes nothing. Oh my God, yes! Yes, I'm good. Got it, I'm transmitting. Commander? Commander, do you copy? Look, I don't have much time. If you can hear me, Hilbert is holding me hostage in my room. He's force-feeding me drugs and making me sick. I think he's using me as part of some sick experiment. I need to get out of here. I need your help.
What you need, Eiffel, is to stop wasting your energies. I assure you, I have taken every precaution to provide you with a distraction-free environment, including a blockade of all shortwave transmissions. Now, go to sleep. We have a big day tomorrow.
What? Why? What's happening tomorrow? Hilbert? Hello? Oh, God. Well, dear listeners, this may well be it. I've only got a little bit of battery left on this recorder, so I might as well use it. You know, I always thought I'd die at a science fair. Turns out I wasn't that far off. Commander, I've always kind of suspected that you sneak into my room and NSA your way through my personal logs. If that's the case, I hope you're able to find this one. Be careful with Hilbert, and don't take anything he gives you. And lock your doors at night. I don't know what's about to happen, but...
Officer Eiffel, the time has come.
Time? Time for what?
Please, hold still.
Wait, no. What's in the bag? Hilbert, what are you... No. What are you doing with that knife? Wait. No, please. Let's talk about this. I'm sure there's all kinds of experiments that you could run on me. You don't have to do this. Please, let's be reasonable. Just please, don't cut. No, please, don't!
Was simply removing your restraints, Officer Eiffel.
My restraints?
Yes, no longer necessary. Your fever broke last night, and all signs of infection are gone. You are, as they say, good to go.
I am?
Absolutely. Come on.
But, what was all that stuff about resting up and eating my strength for the day?
You're back on active rotation. You have a shift in 2 hours.
Oh, so it wasn't you?
Of course not.
Oh, then what was it that was making me sick?
Glad you finally asked. You were infected by a tropical flu.
A tropical flu?
There are a few samples of it in my laboratory for experimental purposes. I hypothesize you were accidentally exposed during your recent stay there. May owe you an apology for that.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Thank you.
Thanks not necessary. Simply doing my job.
Sure. And I'm sorry, I thought you were running some kind of evil experiment on me.
Your imagination is incomparable, Officer Eiffel, but I must admit a little disappointment. Just because I am scientist does not mean I am mad, ingenious supervillain, no?
Fair point. You really gotta work at your bedside manner, though, Doc.
Bedside manner is like an aesthetic. It just gets in the way of what needs to be done.
Well, that about sums up the problem, I guess. Oh, hell, my recording device is still going. It's almost out of battery. One sec, Hilbert. Well, it looks like I was wrong about that situation, dear listeners. I feel like there's a lesson to be had here, but it's kind of lost in all the hallucinations right now. I'll get back to it. From the Vesta station, this is Officer Doug Eiffel, signing off. Say, Doc, you wouldn't happen to have more of those lozenges on you, would you?
This has been Wolf 359, written and directed by Gabriele Urbina. The roles of Eiffel and Hilbert were played by Zach Valente. Original music by Alan Rohde, and audio recording by Jared Paul. Want to get Dr. Hilbert's recipe for homemade cigarette candy? Visit us at wolf359.fm or follow us on Twitter at wolf359radio for more information on our show.
This is the audio log of Dr. Alexander Hilbert. First experimental human trial of Project Decima now completed. Results are satisfactory. Returning now to theoretical framework, integrating new data into earlier results. Examining possibility of beginning secondary phase of human trials. Soon. Very soon.
Welcome to Wolf 359. This is the audio log of Communications Officer Doug Eiffel recording from the comms room of the USS Hephaestus Station. Welcome everyone to a very special transmission. It's our anniversary today, our 500th day orbiting around Wolf 359. I can't tell you how happy I am to have you here, dear listeners, as we celebrate another 100 days on this creaky, miserable tin can. Just another 230 before we close shop and go home. Unless Command decides to renew us for another year and a half, then we're less than halfway through this. Anyway, we now take you through the miracle of the portable hands-free recorder to the crew anniversary party already in progress. And by party, I mean our autopilot helping me procrastinate my work shift. All right, Hira, here we are now. Entertain us.
I'm afraid I'm still calculating the answer to your question from earlier, Officer Eiffel.
Calculating? Hira, I asked you for your top 5 stick-to-the-man songs, not the 900th digit of pi.
Well, there's lots of data to collate. Year of composition, active political regimes at the time, complexity of chord progressions. It may take a little bit to have a mathematically sound set of 5. And it's 3, by the way.
No. You're way overthinking this. It's just a taste thing. There's no wrong answer. Unless you leave out anarchy in the UK. That would be mathematically unsound. Here, I'll show you. Ask me for my top 5 of anything.
Anything?
Yeah, just go. First thing that comes to mind.
Top 5 lanthanides?
Try again.
Top 5 British naval battles of the 1800s?
Nope.
Top 5 celestial positioning coordinates?
You're just yanking my chain, aren't you?
Well, I don't know what I want, but I know how to get it.
Apologies for breaking into your frequency, Officer Eiffel, but I was wondering if I could have a moment of Hira's attention.
How can I be of service, Dr. Hilbert?
I'm running an experiment with my arc reactor, and I need additional voltage directed towards my lab.
Negative, Doctor. You're already at the maximum level for that wing of the Hephaestus.
Then just reroute it. Divert some power from the central processors.
I would highly discourage that course of action, Doctor. It would put us over the acceptable safety limits for that wing.
I'm taking every precaution. It will be fine. Now stop wasting my time.
Affirmative, Dr. Hilbert. Rerouting power now. You should receive it in about 30 seconds.
Thank you.
Wow, are you upset? I didn't know you got upset.
I am an MX-500 Class Adjutant Program Officer Eiffel. I'm programmed to be friendly and pleasant, and I do not get upset. I can, however, get frustrated, ruffled, and/or an itsy teeny bit incensed when he takes that tone of voice with me.
Hey, don't let Hilbert get to you. The guy's a whack job. Did I ever tell you about that time I thought he was trying to kill me? Any of those times?
Things don't get to me, Eiffel. I'm just afraid that sooner or later that man is going to do something reckless and Eiffel. I'm just afraid that sooner or later that man is going to do something reckless and
Hira? Are you there? One moment, dear listeners. We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties. Looks like we've lost our autopilot, and our lights, and anything that was plugged into a wall. Recorder still seems to be running fine, though, so score one for old school double A's. I'm sure this is just a small hiccup in the system, so let's just wait for this stuff to get sorted out, all right? Okay, maybe this isn't one of those wait-and-see things. Maybe it's one of those imminent death things. Let's go see if we can find any of the others.
Hello? Hira? Minkowski?
Cool. Jeez, has this place always been so overlook hotel-y? All right, Doug, get a grip on yourself. Just figure out what you gotta do. What would Commander Minkowski say if she were here right now? Eiffel, I know minimal information about the situation or its context, but I am ready to place all the blame squarely on your shoulders. What? That makes absolutely no sense. You act like everything that goes wrong on this station is my fault. Everything that goes wrong around here is your fault. Remember the helium tank? Here we go again. Look, I had no idea what that dial did. I'm really sorry Dr. Hilbert had to amputate those toes, but it was an honest mistake. What about the flight deck airlock? Or the time you poisoned that liter of water trying to make whiskey? I could do this all night. Oh, yes, Commander. Let's spend more time on this, shall we? Here we are in a potentially lethal situation, and all you want to do is talk about how much of a screw-up I am. God, you're useless. I'm useless. You are the most incompetent excuse for an enlisted man I've ever met. The only thing you've done for the past 500 days have been sleep on the job, endanger our lives, and continually make stupid jokes just to hide the fact that you're... Is somebody there? Look, if this is a joke or something, it isn't funny. All right, I suppose. What the hell was that? Oh, God.
Eiffel, is that you?
Oh, Commander.
Why are you underneath that table?
Reasons? Good ones. Excellent reasons.
Any idea what's going on? Looks like the entire station's gone dark.
Hilbert asked Hira to give his lab some extra juice from her central processor. Maybe he blew a fuse.
Hira's offline?
I don't know, search me. Either that or she's finally figured out how to access her sleep mode. I'm guessing this isn't one of those gets better by itself situations.
If Hira's offline, then practically every system in the station is too, and that includes life support.
So we're gonna run out of air?
That may be the least of our worries. She also runs navigation, orbital stasis, temperature regulation, hell, probably even a few that I don't know about.
So basically we're barreling towards certain death. That's all you gotta say, Commander, barreling towards certain death. Okay, how about we skip right to the making it better part?
Well, we'll need to reboot the system up at the bridge, but first we'll have to go down to engineering to realign the fuse couplings and restore power.
Divide and conquer. Commander, you deal with the computer upstairs. I'll head downtown and plug her back in.
Do you have any idea what you're looking for?
No, but I got you and a pair of these.
Walkie-talkies?
Been making a few of these out of old recorders. Pretty handy in a blackout. Careful though, the battery on them's pretty non-existent, so save it till you get to... Did you hear that?
Hear what?
I thought... Nothing. Never mind. Come on, let's do this thing before we fall into the star or something.
This should take you down to engineering, straight shot. Get down there and wait for me. I'll radio as soon as I get to the bridge.
Right. Talk to you in a sec. All right. Just heading down to engineering. No big deal. No big deal. Just gonna go down, flip some switches, turn the lights back on, and then go listen to some space static for a couple hours. Whew, won't that be nice? Oh God, it's spooktastic in here, baby. Whew, I hate engineering. It creeps me out, even when we're not in super energy saver mode. I'm glad you're here to keep me company, dear listeners. We interrupt tonight's presentation of Hammer Horrors, the Amityville Space Station, to bring you a quick word from our sponsor. Okay, I swear to God, somebody's talking to me. Or maybe we're just running out of O2 a little faster than anticipated. Okay, enough! I'm dealing with a genuine life and death thing here, so if Mr. Ooga Booga Whispering wants to tango, he'll have to take a number and have a seat, because my dance card is full at the moment. Hira? Is that you? Look, if this is some kind of weird attempt at being funny, it's really not cool. All right, you got me. Very funny. Who is this? What do you want?
Eiffel, I'm at the bridge. Are you in position yet?
Goddamn. No, not yet. Commander, there's something majorly weird going on here.
Yes, all the systems in the station are powered down. Didn't we already have this conversation?
No. Listen, there's something coming through the speakers. It's like as soon as Hira went offline, they started picking up Stephen King FM.
That's not possible. There's nothing powering them.
I know what I've been hearing, and it's been getting louder.
All right, look. Whatever that's about, it'll be a lot easier to sort it out with power and oxygen. So let's focus on getting Hira back online first, okay?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I'm at engineering. All right, what am I looking for?
Go towards the back of the room. You should see a big red breaker box with a lightning bolt symbol on it.
Red breaker. Yeah, I see it.
All right, go up to it and open it. Now, this is gonna be real simple.
Holy crap, real simple. Commander, there's like a bajillion switches and cables in here.
Just do exactly what I tell you. See the switch at the very top? Hit that, and I should get auxiliary power for the consoles here.
Done.
Okay, great. All right, give me just one moment to start inputting the reboot codes. Look for switches number 5, 18, and 32.
Yeah, I see them.
Okay, go ahead and hit all 3. Okay, now you see the switch at the very bottom?
Yup, I see it.
That should power up the central processor again. Get ready to hit on my mark. Ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. 3, 2, now.
Commander? Did we miss a step or something? Minkowski. Crap, the battery on my walkie's dead. Look, I don't know who you are or what you want, but I...
You're not the first.
What? What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? I'm not the first what? Hello?
Somebody's going to get hurt. Whoa. What just happened? Did everything just kind of blink around for a second there?
Hey, Hira. Welcome back. We missed you. Hey again, everyone. It's been a few hours since I stopped the last recording and just wanted to give you a brief update. I think we crossed into a new day a little while ago. Day 501 on the galaxy's favorite little death trap. Hira's up and running again. It's taken her a little bit to get all the systems back to normal, but it looks like we're not gonna suffocate or blow up anytime in the near future. Shouldn't expect warm showers either, but hey, take what we can get and all. I still don't know what those weird noises were about. I asked Hira about it, and she said it was probably just some residue of her vocal program running on emergency power and going haywire, but I don't know. It sure as hell didn't sound like Hira. The scans confirm that me, Minkowski, and Hilbert are still the only language-capable life signs on the station, but I don't know. You're not the first. What the hell does that mean? Not the first what? Well, From the Hephaestus Station, this has been the audio log of Communications Officer Doug Eiffel. Good night, everyone. This has been Wolf 359, written and directed by Gabriele Urbina. The roles of Eiffel and Hilbert were played by Zach Valenti. The role of Minkowski was played by Emma Sherjarko. The role of Hero was played by Michaela Swee. And tonight's episode also featured the voice of Cece Lynn Jacobs. Original music by Alan Rohde and audio recording by Jared Paul. Dying to know Hera's top 5 lanthanides? Check out wolf359.fm and follow us on Twitter at wolf359radio for more information on our show. Welcome to Wolf 359.
I'm being irrational? You're the one that's withholding critical information.
God, they're still at it. This is the audio log of Communications Officer Eiffel, recording from the comms room of the Hephaestus Station. It's day 512 since mission launch. And you're all just in time for tonight's entertainment. Holyfield-Tyson, the Leo Constellation match. I don't know who threw the first punch, but it's been going for the past 2 hours. And of course, they decide to host the Sound and the Fury right outside my door. God forbid I need to go get anything to eat or use the bathroom or anything like that. We'll have to stop for air sooner or later, or at least Minkowski will. In the meantime, that means we gotta make our own fun. So,
Speaking to me like that, questioning me? Do you have any idea how
oh, looks like the calendar for station events for next week just updated on the local server. Perfect. All right, let's see. On Monday evening, we'll be going through the gravitational field of a passing comet. So we'll be spending most of the day securing the sensitive equipment. Expect localized interruptions of power and water supplies, as well as mild to moderate turbulence throughout the day. Oh, won't that be fun? On Tuesday, we'll be having another station chess tournament. Given Dr. Hilbert's uninterrupted 53-week winning streak, he has agreed to play blindfolded and without rooks, bishops, or queens. As always, participation is compulsory. Dang it. On Wednesday, our orbital alignment will make it possible to view the solar system through our high-powered telescope. If you would like to get a glimpse of home, report to the observatory deck during your off hours. Thursday will be...
Doesn't change the fact that you're nothing but a big crybaby.
Thursday will be movie night. If you would like to vote for what film we'll be watching, submit your written choice to Commander Minkowski. Although, since all we have is a VHS of Home Alone 2, the effect of your vote will be negligible. On Friday, we'll have mustard. That's all it says for Friday. I'm not sure what that means. I'll have to ask Minkowski about that one. On Saturday... Hey, Dr. Hilbert.
Eiffel.
Don't worry about the clashing titans. I don't think they've managed to kill each other just yet.
Eiffel!
No, I haven't got the foggiest about what set them off. Maybe Hera put skim milk instead of 2% into the Commander's seaweed this morning?
Eiffel!
Besides, you know how they can be. Minkowski does pig-headed obstinacy like it's an Olympic sport, and Hera's a grand master at the passive-aggressive slow burn. I guess it was just a matter of time before things got to a boil.
Eiffel.
Anyway, what's going on with you, Doc? Wait, how did your thing go? You were looking for that weird plant monster thing again, right? Were you finally able to kill it?
I would never harm Specimen 34, Eiffel. Specimen 34 is the most evolutionarily competitive life form on this station. The most deserving of life.
Right on. So, what can I do you for?
Fertilizer. The greenhouse needs more fertilizer. Where does Commander Minkowski keep the fertilizer?
Down in the storage shed by engineer. Wait, did you say fertilizer? I thought you said something else. Yeah, no. Fertilizer is up on the observatory deck. Yup, way at the top of the station.
Thank you. Your cooperation has been noted. Soon you will be allowed to surrender your life to the growth of your biological superior.
Well, looks like Hilbert's finally let go of that last shred of sanity. I'd better...
Eiffel, can you believe this?
Hey, Commander, I was just coming to... I think we might have a situation on our hands.
Of course we do. Our operating system is a tin-headed, insubordinate, feckless fool.
No, Commander, the thing
All
is...
I was saying was that it would be a good idea if she started giving me reports on all of the systems she runs, just in case there's another emergency. Is that so unreasonable?
No, but...
Of course it's not. It's my ship. I'm responsible for the lives of everyone on board. I ought to know what's happening behind the scenes.
Agreed, but...
And the other thing is that...
Commander! I hate to distract you from your little spat with our version of Clippy, but I think there's something seriously wrong with Hilbert.
Little spat? This is a serious matter of station protocol, not some teenage squabble. Whose side are you even on?
Side?
Side.
Well, that's a very complicated question, Commander, with many different angles and nuances to explore and consider. Have I ever mentioned that I'm a huge fan of Switzerland?
Oh, it doesn't seem all that complicated to me. I think that you either agree with me that Hira is being unreasonable by not wanting to acquiesce to a very simple demand, or you think that a piece of buggy, malfunctioning software knows better than your commanding officer.
Gee, look at the time. I gotta go.
Sit your Swiss ass down and pick a side, Doug.
Well...
Oh, of course. Fine, take her side. You're both utterly useless.
No, it's not like that. I totally see your point. Hira's made some mistakes since we got here. Dangerous mistakes. I get that we can't just trust her with all the systems that are keeping us alive.
We can't?
No, I'm absolutely of the opinion that you can only trust artificial intelligences about as far as you can throw them.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Neither did I.
Hira?
Hello, Officer Eiffel.
I didn't realize you were with us, as it were.
Yes, I noticed.
Go away, Hira. This is a private conversation.
No, if I'm going to be the subject of this little tete-a-tete, I'd like to have my tet in the mix. I want to hear what else Officer Eiffel has to say about me.
Now, Hira, to be fair, you know how critical I am of Commander Minkowski.
You are?
No, of course not. I only think the highest of you.
So then you agree with her that I'm incompetent, is that it?
No, I think you do a great job.
You do?
Well, most of the time.
Most of the time?
Almost all of the time.
What does that even mean?
I think that Hira is an absolutely professional operating system, and she does a great job and should be trusted with our lives, except for a few times when Commander Minkowski could maybe help by... For God's sake, I can't be honest with both of you here. Could one of you please step out of the room so I can say what I really think?
Hira, get out.
Make me.
Why, you cheeky little...
Come on, Commander. You can't really hold that against her. It's just her programming.
Oh, stop. Stop it. Do you have any idea how condescending that is? Just talking everything I do up to my programming? What if I just went around blaming every stupid decision you made on biology?
Hira.
Why are they doing that? Isn't that a bit dangerous? Oh, never mind. That's just their biology. That's a terrible idea. Don't they know business model.